Hello there, welcome to Gaming Kin. Hope you're ready for another exciting episode. I'm your host Mark, with me is Jack the man.
Heyo.
There's my boss. Right, so we've got another exciting episode for you today. Jack, let's start off.
Right, well, I want to start with just going off on a small tangent with something I was watching today and yesterday. But before that, I would like to apologise for not uploading an episode 2 weeks ago. We took an unscheduled holiday, and by that I mean Mark took a scheduled holiday, and I took an unscheduled one. I had actually recorded an episode of the podcast by myself, and I wasn't happy with it, so I didn't upload it. So all the stuff that we were going to cover, what I was going to cover in the news last fortnight, is also going to be in this fortnight's episode. And also, I would just like to say, like my wee tangent is F1 related. I've been getting back into F1 in a big way. And I would just like to say congratulations to Kimi Räikkönen for setting the lap records at Monza during qualifying this weekend. I mean, this is the Saturday, so tomorrow's the race, so the lap record might be broken again. And I'd just like to say well done to Marcus Ericsson for like just going back out on the track after that incident he had in free practice on Friday. You know, he was straight back out on the Saturday, just good going to him. And just if that was me, I would probably take a week off.
Well, that's why we're professionals. Yeah,
to be fair, that's true. But no, I mean, Kimi's like one of the oldest drivers on the field just now. He's like, what, 38, 39?
Wow, that's ancient.
He's still sitting, well, compared to the rest of the guys, like, because they're all in most of them are in their mid to late 20s. He's in his late 30s alongside Fernando Alonso. And then you've got a lot of the young guys, Sirotkin, Stroll, Verstappen, they're all in their teens, early 20s. So, you know, he is an old guy within the field that he's in, but he's still one of the best drivers on the field, I think, in my opinion.
I mean, even as your reflexes slow down, you've still got all your skills and memories, automated responses almost.
Yeah, but no, he deserves the credit for getting that fastest lap, getting on pole for the race. Ferrari probably have the best car for this race, so hopefully there's no team orders telling him to move aside for Sebastian Vettel and he can go on and win the race from pole, hopefully. It would be really nice to see. He's a double world champion and he deserves to keep going.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're kind of going to ad-lib the topic this week because we didn't really plan one out due to unscheduled
basically we've
holidays.
got fuck all.
So what I would like to do is actually just kind of discuss what games we've been playing over the summer. So since June till now, kind of what games we've been playing, what games we've been really enjoying and stuff like that. I mean, I think it makes sense to me.
Yeah, not gonna lie, I've kind of been like in a pure funk, so my gaming's a bit sparse, but fuck it, let's get cracking.
Well, what's your what out of all the games you have been playing over the summer, what's been your favourite one?
I'm not even gonna lie, I've got like it's not a game. It's more of a phone game.
That counts.
Sound.
Still a game.
It's a Digimon game.
That doesn't count.
It does. It's fucking epic. It's like my childhood and app. It's just really amusing. Not gonna lie, I've sat and played it for ages, man. I don't give a fuck.
I've been playing a lot of VR over the summer, like, because I got my VR kit.
Yeah.
So I've been playing like Job Simulator, Surgeon Simulator, Final Fantasy 15, Monster of the Deep, and it's just been fantastic.
I still don't get how you can have so much joy from a simulator game. It just pisses me off. I don't know why. It just I don't get it.
I've also like I got the Switch and 2DS, so I've been playing Pokemon Black. I've been really enjoying getting back into playing Pokemon on the consoles again.
You should have went and bought the latest one. Honestly,
I would have, but I didn't quite have the money to do that. I was a bit short.
Alright.
I only had like £20 for another game, and I had to buy Pokemon Black secondhand. So
there is that.
So because I only had the £20, I just gave the £20 to my sister and went, get me a Pokemon game from CEX.
Mm-hmm.
If it's more than £20, I'll square you up the difference. But if there's any for £20, just grab that. I'm not. While I do want to play the new ones,
Yeah,
I'm not particularly bothered because I enjoy most Pokemon games regardless of whether it's the newer ones or the old ones.
yeah, I suppose I'll give you that.
Like, so I'm not really all that bothered. 'Cause I also bought Pokemon Crystal, which was like
Old as fuck.
well that's the third game for Gen 2. So that's essentially the Pokemon Yellow of Gold and Silver.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. So I'm not particularly all that bothered about getting the latest of the games. Having all the games would be fantastic, and I can play all of them and all that.
What number is the latest one? If you take it like red and blue, or like 1 and 2.
Red and blue. Then you had Gold and Silver, Ruby and Sapphire.
Have you said yellow?
Well, that's Gen 1. I'm just going for the main two.
No. That's a game.
Right. Okay. So, Red, Blue, Yellow is Gen 1.
Yeah.
Gold, Silver, Crystal is Gen 2.
Uh-huh.
Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald is Gen 3.
Uh-huh.
Gen 4 is Diamond, Platinum, Pearl. Then you have Black and White's Gen 5.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 6 is X and Y. And Gen 7 is Sun and Moon.
Bear in mind you get black and white too.
That's still
Does
the
that
same
still count?
generation, yeah.
Yeah, it still counts as another 2 games.
I mean, because you've also got Oras, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, but I can't remember what specific generations they are.
No, I didn't mean that. I just meant in general. If you picked up the very latest game,
I think you're
in the series, how deep
Gen
in is it?
7 or 8.
I swear to God, talking to you half the time so annoying. I don't mean gen. I mean number of games. Like, is this like 11th game, 12th game in the series?
I don't know. I can't count that many.
Your workman must love you.
Right. Red, blue, yellow, fire red, leaf green, heart gold, soul silver, gold, silver, crystal, ruby, emerald, sapphire, Oras, XY, X2, Y2, sun, moon, ultra sun, ultra moon, diamond, platinum, pearl, Troze, dash, Pictocross, quest, mystery dungeon. There's like 9 of them. Pokemon Ranger, Pokemon Link, I think. And then you've got Pokemon Rumble, Pokken Tournament DX, Coliseum. There's far too many to count.
Okay, fair enough.
I can split them up into generations, but I cannot like figure out the chronology of the games, and even at that, with like the main series RPGs, red and blue are one game just with different exclusives, like game exclusives. Like one has Caterpie and Kakuna, Caterpie and Metapod. One has Weedle and Kakuna.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're both available in both games, but like in Red, it's like 90% you're going to encounter the Caterpie line and 10% the Weedle line,
Mm-hmm.
and then in Blue it's the other way around. Some games are available in both, but it's like a 90-10 split. So I can't really figure it out, but I do know that there is 8 generations, and the most recent one is Sun and Moon, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon.
Yeah.
But there's talks of getting a DS remake. I don't know how true this is. This is just a rumor I heard circling around. A DS remake of the Gen 1 games. So another Red and Blue, or Red and Green if you're using the Japanese colours.
Would that be a good idea? I don't know. Like, if basically Pokemon Let's Go is effectively the original line again.
Pokemon Let's Go is a remake of Pokemon Yellow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Using Pokemon Go mechanics.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm quite excited for it. I like the look of the game. I've obviously been playing Pokemon Go. So yeah, I'm really quite excited for that. But however, there is the Pokemon Switch, as it's called just now, which is the mainline RPG. So that's your generation games, your games which define generations. Pokemon Switch is coming next year.
Oh, so in Pokemon Go, do you not actually battle Pokemon then?
Oh yeah, you battle Pokemon. It's basically, you can use your Pokemon from Pokemon Go in the game, and it's basically a remake of Yellow. But you could transfer Pokemon in and out to Pokemon Go.
All right.
Which is really cool. I'm really excited for it.
Yeah.
But still, the mainline RPG is the one I'm looking forward to, Pokemon Switch, because that's going to go back to like the kind of turn-based battle menus, as far as I'm aware, and just like the way like your main series Pokemon games are, the ones that have been on the Game Boy, the Advance, and DS. So
Christ, you've come a long way, haven't we? Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've been really enjoying playing games like that. I got the Switch over the summer, so I've been really enjoying playing games like Human Fall Flat and Octopath Traveler.
All right, yeah. Octopath does look really beautiful. I'm not gonna be lying.
It is. It's a fantastic game. My little brother and sister have been visiting over the summer holidays, so I've not got to play it as much as I would like to.
Yeah.
But I have had plenty of time to play it. Like I said, I also got my DS. I've been playing, Pokemon on that, and I got Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, which is so much fun to play. So yeah, I've been quite enjoying gaming over the summer. I just got Destiny 2 last night as part of the PlayStation Plus subscription. I mean, they gave it out a week early because there was free access to the Forsaken DLC.
All right, okay.
To give players a first look at it. So that's why they released that one a week early. But God of War 3 Remastered is the game that goes alongside it, and that comes out next week.
All right. I was going to ask when the next allotment of things are coming around.
Tuesday.
Nice.
Tuesday. The first Tuesday of every month is when the games come out, and the last Wednesday of the month is when they get announced. So that's when to kind of keep an eye out on like the PlayStation blog or PlayStation Access.
Cool. I'm going to look out for that from now on.
Although sites like The Sun and the Daily Record, like your tabloid newspapers and stuff, they'll usually put them up on their websites as well as sites like Kotaku, Polygon, Rock Paper Shotgun. They'll, your kind of gaming news sites, they'll also generally have them as well.
Yeah.
So, you just type in the month that the games are coming out. The month for PlayStation Plus, and it generally tells you what games. If you look about a week before they're announced, it will give you their predictions based on leaks and rumors and things like that. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong, but it's nice to see what people are expecting to get.
Yeah.
So, because I remember when we got XCOM, they were talking about how it was maybe going to be Dark Souls.
That'd be different, but yeah.
But, it's nice to see, like, what kind of games they're expecting, and, like, they never really... You do get a couple of AAA games in there. Like, last month we got Mafia,
Mm-hmm.
We got Metal Gear Solid a few months back. Well, quite a few months back now. So you do still get your AAA games in there, but you never get them really, really close to release. Like, I think Destiny's about a year old now.
Yeah, this Destiny 2 is about a year old.
Yeah, and that's a AAA game. So, you do get them. At E3, we got Black Ops 3.
Yeah.
Again, another AAA game.
Big bad.
So, we might get some more AAA games. Like, the last couple of months has been trying to bring players back to PlayStation Plus. Because while you require PlayStation Plus to play online, you don't really get many players who use it because of the game sharing, like the home console function, which a lot of us use round about my circle, use for game sharing.
Ah, okay, right.
So, like, I can't remember who, but my home PlayStation is at my sister's, right? Well, it's classed as my home PlayStation. And I think my sister's is mine.
Okay.
So, basically, any games my sister buys, as long as she's not signed into the PlayStation, I can sign into her account and download any games that she's bought that I don't have, and I can play them on any account as long as I'm connected to the internet. And she can do the same with games that I've bought. So, like, she's currently playing my copy of Deadpool.
Huh.
And, like, I was debating getting the Burnout Paradise remaster, because I remember playing the original Burnout Paradise and it was so much fun.
Yeah.
So, kind of things like that. So because people can do that, you'll often just get one person subscribing for PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Downloading all the games.
Kind of like Netflix then.
Yeah. And then, like, they can get them all on their PlayStations. And for playing online, as long as one person has an active PlayStation Plus subscription, anyone on that PlayStation can play it. As long as the person whose home PlayStation it's registered as PlayStation Plus.
That seems like a big workaround they're probably going to try and squash soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but the thing is, it's the way it goes,
And if there's a workaround, people will fucking try everything to get around it.
Yeah, but that, like I said, that is the way it goes. I think if they find a way to work around it, like if they find a way to quash it, players will find another workaround for it. So the players are more tenacious than the company when it comes to game sharing. Like, that's another reason, like, why a lot of players kind of jump ship last generation from Xbox to PlayStation, is because of game sharing.
All right.
Because it's so easy to game share on a PlayStation. Like, whether it's physical copies, like, you can just hand them over, whereas like Microsoft were going to make it a kind of the disc, once you've used it on one Xbox, you cannot use it on any other Xbox kind of thing.
That seems pure fucking militant and shit, man.
Yeah. So, but they got rid of that idea. They changed all that.
Shocker.
Because the fans weren't happy with it. They got rid of the requirement of Kinect and online connectivity just to sign in,
which is just mental as shit.
So, like, because I have my PlayStation wired for the best internet. Because the layout of my house, the internet doesn't get through to my room when I play my games, and I have the PlayStation camera for when I'm streaming.
Yeah.
And also because I kind of need it to track the VR stuff.
Yeah. Christ.
So, I have that stuff, but I don't need that stuff to, go on the PlayStation. But had I bought an Xbox and before they changed it, like, if they just kept on that track, I would need to have my Xbox wired up, and I would need to have the Kinect on. So that's the way it goes. But yeah, no, that's been the original topic. That's been my summer. Lots of video games I've been buying, lots of new consoles and accessories and stuff. So yeah, no, I've been really enjoying it. I've bought so many games and played so many games. It's unreal. Like, my little brother and sister, like I said, they were up, so we were playing a lot of Mario Kart, really. And we played FIFA occasionally as well.
Yeah, you had more exciting summer. I've literally just fucking vegetated to fuck, man. Like,
well,
Netflix has made me its bitch, and I'm quite happy to just go along with it right now.
To be fair, though, you at least got out of Glasgow.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I didn't even get out of Glasgow. So.
It wasn't if it was drama, but it was a family visit with a bit of drama. Christ.
Are there any games that you're looking forward to coming out between now and Christmas? Before we move on to the news.
This is a silly question. Now you're just going to get me, you're going off and one, right, okay.
See, I know at least 2 of the games you're going to say.
Alright, go in. Enlighten me.
No, I'll tell you what, I will not tell you, right? But what I will do...
You're going to fucking write them down and hope you're right.
Yep. If I can find a pen.
Let's just say, folks, you're lucky there's not a camera around here.
Yep.
The sheer amount of... literally you could have a pet kicking around here and I wouldn't know.
Probably do.
That's not a throw rug. That's a really big cat.
Right, no, I don't have.
Do you have one in your bag?
No, there's none in my bag. It's fine. I was going to say Spyro and Spider-Man.
I'll give you 1 out of 2. Spider-Man, definitely. I am so looking forward to that. Personally, I remember growing up playing I think the original game, and even then, obviously, that had its ups and downs.
Yeah.
But it was still categorically an epic game. So I did play a fully up to hell one with tons of different characters, different play styles, tons of different outfits. Oh man, can't wait. Whereas unfortunately, where you did guess Spyro, I'm really in the fence. I'm so in the fence, just purely by how it's been handled.
Yeah, because we were talking last time about the only Spyro, the first game, being on disc, and now I was going to cover it in the news, but since we're talking about it now, it has been delayed. But the thing is, though, I'm kind of glad it's being delayed, especially with the wording they've put on it, talking about how so they can put more love into the game. Just basically saying they just need to polish it a bit.
So is that, do you reckon, all of them, or is it just the 2 DLC ones?
I think it'll be all of them. I think just see anywhere that there's a wee bit of polish needed on the game, I think that's all that's getting done. I think that seems to be the only reason for the delay.
Alright, okay.
So, I'm glad that that's what they're doing. They're not going, oh, we need to rehaul the game and all this, and it's just to clean up bits of code and some graphics and stuff, and that's it. And it can take a long time. If it's code that's the issue, that can take a fair bit longer, because you need to fix the code and then test it, and then just keep going. Every just figure out what bit of code's wrong, and then just keep testing it. So, but if it's graphics, that's a fair bit simpler. It's not. I'm not saying it's easy, but it is simpler than cleaning code, because you don't have to look through all the code. You don't have to look through everything to find it. You generally know where it is. So, yeah. But I was really, really excited, and then it was day 1 patch is going to have Year of the Dragon and Ripto's Rage.
Yeah. So is that just literally gonna be you stick the disc in, and then the R2 start downloading?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Normally when if you've not played a game for a while,
you boot it up straight away.
You boot it up straight away. It starts downloading the patches.
Cool.
Oh well, on PlayStation generally, just if you've got the game installed, it will just download the patches when they're available. But
just randomly beep.
Yeah, but that's what it's going to be. It's just going to be the minute you put the game in, it's just going to install the updates.
Cool.
And the updates is going to have the 2 games.
I mean, if we can get it sorted, it's going to be a pure nostalgic.
Yeah.
Just travel down memory road for so many people. But just the fact, obviously, the initial misunderstanding between them and us, and now it's getting pulled back. You're like, oh, I don't know. Oh well, hopefully it ends up being as big of a blast as Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. Back on the topic of Spider-Man, are you looking forward to photo mode?
That sounds real random. I'm not gonna lie, I did not realise that was an option. So that seems really quite random.
So you can make custom comic book covers with photo mode.
It just sounds so messed up. You get some weird folks taking some weird pictures just for the funsies.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, man?
Well, considering what I done the first day I got F1 2017, I'm probably going to be one of them.
Oh god, what did you do?
I just took a bunch of cars, drove them around random tracks, and then just played about with photo mode, like filters and everything.
Oh god.
I got really, really artistic with it. Like, I even made an old McLaren that had lost its front wing look good.
Oof.
So yeah, I'm down with photo mode.
So see, this is when you find out how much of a narcissistic player people really are.
It's not well, if you create your own character and then you do it, then yeah, that's narcissism. But the fact is, I didn't create the car. You know, it's the car from the 1988 Formula One championship. You know, I didn't create that. I wasn't around then.
Yeah.
I just, I was in the lead and I crashed. So I used flashback mode to get on track. And I noticed photo mode was an option. So I went, I'll play about with that for a bit. And then I ended up quite enjoying some of the effects I could do. So I ended up, taking another car around a different track. And I had two Ferraris behind me and a McLaren, and I was in a Sauber, and I was in first because I had the AI down really low, because I thought if I have it low enough I can get in front and I can slow down and get a couple of cars behind me and then make a train.
Oh my god.
F1 term for a train is just a line of cars.
Yeah.
And then use one of the filters to make it look really, really cool. I had blue Ferraris and a green McLaren. My Sauber was still blue, but you know what? It just looked really, really cool on the back straight in Australia. It was really cool.
Okay, so transfer less love of making stuff look cool. The Spider-Man, you're gonna end up climbing pure tall buildings just to get a pure moonlit view.
Oh, I really, really foresee people pausing it. Like, if photo mode's just in the pause menu.
Yeah.
Pausing it mid web swing.
There's gonna be so many things uploaded and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see it.
I really hope someone's gonna try and do a Deadpool style one, just to start a big fight. The guy's running out and they just go pause, photo, feel selfie with a bad guy just before you get fucking killed.
I wouldn't be surprised, because I've seen a lot of really cool stuff from the God of War photo mode.
That's got a photo mode.
Yeah.
Seriously, oh for fuck.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing some of the things that come out of that.
Hold up, how do you justify photo mode in God of War?
Because the world build was so nice that they had to put in a photo mode just for people to enjoy it.
Fucking hell. I thought it was going to be a pure in-game element, because obviously it makes sense with Spider-Man to a degree.
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell.
But no, it's just a mode where you can just take snapshots from the game.
Sounds decent.
So
what games are you looking forward to between now and Christmas?
Between now and Christmas? Obviously, Kingdom Hearts. I really can't wait for that to come out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really looking forward to Mario Party, for the Switch. You can connect 4 Switches together on a local network and use the 4 screens from all of them, and have 8 players, 2 per Switch, and it's just going to to be fantastic.
That sounds beyond mental.
Pokemon Let's Go, obviously I mentioned that earlier.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. Smash Ultimate, again, another game I'm really looking forward to.
Always a fan favourite.
Soul Calibur 6 and DOA 6 are out this year. I might get one of them. I haven't bought a Soul Calibur or DOA game in a while.
I'd argue Soul Calibur.
I do prefer Soul Calibur over DOA. Tekken I prefer over all of them, but
Soul Calibur seems funner.
But I mean, we are getting some new characters this season, which we will talk about later.
Yeah.
And we had new characters previously, like Noctis, so that's really, really cool.
Well, you can really judge how cool a franchise is purely by its random DLC characters.
Yeah.
Like Tekken, I've not heard many of its pure random characters.
Yeah.
Whereas, for instance, I know Soul Calibur's had Darth Vader and Yoda previous installments.
Soul Calibur 2, I think it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Had 3 guest characters.
Okay.
1 for Xbox, 1 for PlayStation, and 1 for the Nintendo GameCube.
Oh, right, okay.
On the GameCube version, you had Link from Legend of Zelda.
Nice.
The Xbox version, which I had, you had Todd McFarlane's Spawn.
What?
You had Spawn.
Oh, fuck off, man. That sounds
And
awesome.
on the PlayStation, like, Heihachi generally makes a regular appearance on the PlayStation version, because they're both made by Bandai Namco.
All right, okay.
So he makes a regular appearance, but they actually also, and Yoshimitsu is a regular character in both as well.
Yeah.
But they had another Tekken character, and I can't remember who it was off the top of my head, but they had another Tekken character.
I'm sorry, Lo. If you had the option of any was free and you got a Tekken character instead of like Spawn, how raging would you be?
Well, my pal had the GameCube version, so he had Link.
That's still pretty decent.
And I turned around and went, "Nah, the character I've got in my exclusive version is much more badass." And he went, "Who have you got? Spawn?" And I was like, "Oh fuck!"
Fucking hell,
I was
man.
not happy.
But I mean, even if you like stretch idea to say like Mortal Kombat, lately they've been bringing in some insane ones.
Well, in Mortal Kombat X and XL, you've
Yeah.
got Jason Voorhees, Leatherface, Freddy Krueger, Xenomorph, Predator.
Freddy Krueger, unfortunately, is in I think it's the previous one.
Was it the previous one?
Yeah, and I was purely expecting to play some, and then I was like, oh, so yeah, you do get Predator, Jason, Alien, Leatherface. They're insane as hell to play as.
Well, when I was playing the copy that you gave me along
Yeah.
of, I was mostly playing as Jason.
It is insanity,
'Cause
utter insanity.
Also, that's fine with me. Like that he's not in it, that Freddy's not in it, because I always prefer Jason over Freddy anyway.
You gotta love a wisecracker, man.
Nah, man, just that single intent to kill everything, man.
No, that's boring as fuck.
The fact that he manages to catch up with people who run away from him faster than he does every time.
That's been explained. He's a deadite. Dude's supernatural incarnate.
It's because he can throw his machete across a field of corn and still hit someone without being able to see them.
Go on then, tell me that's not up because he's supernatural. Go on.
Of course he is.
Nah, exactly.
But it's still really cool.
That is really cool. It is mental.
And that's why he's my favourite. Because he's really cool.
It would be interesting to see him go up against, was it Mike Myers
Yeah.
from Halloween? That'd be pretty crazy.
Like I remember like Freddy vs. Jason, we've spoken about this before. But one thing I never said was, like, I always imagined that there would be a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have the likes of Hellraiser and Leatherface and Michael Myers, maybe the clown from It.
See, it does vary, unfortunately. Like, most of them I could see justifying.
Yeah.
Leatherface, though, essentially, isn't he just a madman who based on man, if that makes sense?
He runs around with a chainsaw and kills folk.
Yeah, but like, if you compare him to, say, everyone else, he's not inherently supernatural, is he? He's just creepy as shit.
Yeah, but that's good enough. It's not about powers or anything like that. What I'm thinking is just, classic, your big name horror movie, like
One
leads.
movie.
Hmm?
Well, like in a movie, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, and a movie like Freddy vs. Jason, but just
bigger.
Just like horror brawl or something. I don't know.
See-
Horror royale.
See, I already know three main guys who'd be owning it instantly.
Jason.
No.
Jason.
Dude got led by the fucking nose for so much of that film. The only reason Freddy ended up losing is because he's not a pure melee type. He's more of a rogue.
Doesn't matter. Jason, Freddy, and
Nah, it'd be Freddy, was it Pinhead?
Pinhead.
And all the three main psychological fuck-ups, man.
Yeah.
They would torment everyone to fuck, man.
But no, I always imagine that. I would like to. I think that would be make a really, really cool battle royale game though. Like we've said, we're not big on the battle royale genre.
Yeah, but if it was like full-on horror
if it was like
icons...
that, then I think I would be. It wouldn't be the best battle royale game out there.
No, but it'd be such a niche thing that everyone would be like...
It wouldn't be like Fortnite or PUBG, but it would be so much fun.
See if you take out the battle royale and just make it like a Smash game.
Yeah, even like that.
Like, just full-on insanity. Or... Oh, shit, what a type of game that'd be called. Literally, if you just get, like you ever played Dead by Daylight?
Nope.
It's on PS Store.
I own it, but I've not downloaded it, not played it. It's not my type of game.
Oh, it's annoying as fuck. General premise is you pick a horror icon. It's you against 4 other players or people you have to try and
it's like
catch.
Evolve, but horror icons instead of monsters.
Yeah, right. But imagine a game in which you play as one of 4 horror icons getting released into like a high school or a shopping mall, and it's whoever racks up the most kills.
So like Dead Rising.
Something like, yeah. But it's like you're trying to get higher points than a horror icon, or if you take the other horror icon out instead.
That would be really cool.
It'd be dark, sick as hell, instant 18 rating. You probably wouldn't get it for really off-going shit because you're like, hold on, did you just go into high school? You're like, yeah.
I suppose if that game's going to come out, it's probably going to have to be Konami that make it.
Oh, it'd be dark as shit.
Because, I mean, Konami, that's the home of Resident Evil.
Resident Evil's a weird one. There's a good few Resident Evil
they do
things
the good side, like the kind of horror games they do really well. Like out of all the big studios, I mean, you've got a lot of smaller studios who make fantastic horror games. But I think out of the big studios, if it was going to be a big studio that takes it, it would have to be probably Konami, maybe Capcom.
Well, who is it that makes Mortal Kombat?
Capcom.
Oh, well, fair enough.
No, is it Capcom?
I'm really not too sure, in all honesty.
Or is that Bandai Namco again?
Or just purely for the fact the amount of
Midway.
blood and guts it's got.
Konami.
Yeah.
Well, I know the original Mortal Kombats were made by Midway, but I don't know who now owns Midway. But I think it's either Capcom or Konami.
Seconds, I shall go to man's best friend, aside from dogs, obviously.
My best friend ain't a dog.
Oof. Alright, so it's Mortal Kombat X, developer, NetherRealm.
NetherRealm.
Now, is that for all of them?
Well, it was Midway originally.
Huh. NetherRealm's got Mortal Kombat, with Justice Games.
Yeah.
WWE Immortals.
Yeah.
And a few
WWE
Batman games as
Immortals.
well, actually.
I remember WWE Immortals. That was a weird game.
Yeah, it looks kind of different. Huh, fair enough.
Although I used to play WWE Supercard on my tablet. That was fun.
Ah, you're so cool.
Yes.
Anyway, should we get back in
Yeah, where were we?
pace?
Yeah.
Games what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, no, I think I covered pretty much all of them.
Yeah, for me, Spider-Man, but it's a bit like a be-all and end-all for me.
Like I said, Smash, Pokemon, Kingdom Hearts.
Quite a few for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there are other games out there that I'm excited for, like the Spider-Man game. I just didn't want to say because you've already said it. Just didn't want to seem like I was copying you.
Please, you always do.
I started growing the beard first, mate.
Please.
I'm surprised you've actually shaved half of it off.
I was getting bored. Always happens. I was this close, and just to the car, I'm holding my fingers very close together to actually shaving it all off, but I look like such a man-child, it's not even fucking funny.
Yeah, I get ID'd if I don't have a beard, so.
Okay, I'm not that bad. Jesus Christ. No, but you could do it with a bit of a trim style.
Nope.
Really? Come on, man.
I'm just letting it grow out as big as it'll go. Pretty much it. Yep.
Why?
Why not?
Why not just like do sides in a bit and then kind of tie it? Like a thingy from System of a Down. Maybe not as anal beady.
Because I was going to do the 3 like Wayne Static from Static X, one at each side and one in the middle, but it's just not long enough. And if I trim it at the sides, I can't get the sides pleated. So
fair enough.
That was the plan, but it's just not grown in fast enough.
It does help if you trim the ends slightly. It takes.
You know, I do that.
Oh, maybe too often then.
I've got the one blade to do that with.
Okay, you're taking risks using a full-on electric. I meant scissors. Damn, dude.
No, scissors, I get it all uneven. Use a comb and then thing along the comb.
Fair enough.
Fair
enough.
Do that like twice a month.
Huh.
Every couple of weeks. But no, it's just not growing fast enough.
Anyway, yeah, back on topic. Fuck.
I forgot what the topic was already.
Last thing, we didn't have one, hence this clusterfuck of a random conversation. Games.
Games.
Yes.
Yes. Games that I didn't mention, like that. You know, I'm not like pure overly hyped about, but
You're kind of interested.
I really want to try at least.
Mm.
The new Battlefield game,
That does look pretty cool.
Battlefield 5. Like, I'm really excited to play the single player mode of that. But the fact is, buying a game like that, it's going to be built mostly for multiplayer.
Mm-hmm.
Be that the Battle Royale mode that they've been teasing lately, which they said was coming.
Yes, I should have called it War. It makes so much sense.
Or, multiplayer maps. So, I don't really want to buy it because I know that it's going to be like...
It's a pain in the ass.
It's going to want me to play multiplayer.
Pure nudging you.
But at the same time, I just kind of want the single player campaign. Red Dead 2 looks really, really good.
Oh shit, what was it? I was going to say Dead Man's Sky, that's not.
No Man's Sky?
No Man's Sky. Isn't that getting another patch as well soon? To make it a proper, like what's meant to be?
I think it's as of next week.
Next week, fuck.
It gets new content every week. It's getting weekly patches. Now that it's got the multiplayer patch, it's become a lot more popular again.
Shocker.
So
fucking hell.
Oh, considering that was the main feature that was promised. So
yeah, and now I finally got it like a year and a bit later.
2 years.
That is bad, man.
2016, I think it
was.
Because
they got slated to shit.
Oh yeah.
Didn't someone take them to court as well? Cause
yeah, someone took Hello Games to court.
Literally not getting what was promised.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
But I know, with that, like, 'cause I played a bit of No Man's Sky before, I uninstalled it before before the next patch, as it was called, came out, and it seemed like a game that would be really enjoyable if you could play with other folk.
Yeah.
But see, now that the patch to do that's came out, I don't actually know anyone that plays No Man's Sky.
Yeah. Oh, is it the same kind of idea? You have to go into a group screen and shit?
I think so.
Fuck off, man.
I'm not entirely sure, but I have picked up League of Legends lately though, and there's new modes coming out for that. A new mode came out recently, and I know there's more modes coming over time, so I'm quite excited to see what they're doing with the new modes that they are as well.
See, I used to play that quite a lot. It's one of those weird games. You can get into it for a while, then eventually you can hold on. How long have I been playing this? Fuck.
Did you play as the same character every time?
I did try and mix up. I think obviously my favourite is a fan favourite is Warwick. And who can't look at the werewolf and think that's fucking awesome? He eats folk.
I look at the werewolf and go, fuck, I need to run.
Exactly, that is part of the fun.
9 times out of 10, I kind of place Caitlyn most of the time.
Is that like
the gunner?
Dual gunner, yeah.
No, that's Misfortune.
Fuck, one's
the one with the kind of bolt action rifle.
Right. Okay, I think I remember her. Yeah.
The sheriff of Piltover.
Right. Okay. Yeah, got you.
Well, I have one of the skins, so I usually play as Resistance Caitlyn, so she looks more like she's in the army rather than a sheriff. But
cool.
It's the same abilities and the same weapon. It just looks a wee bit different. That's generally how I use. She's a bit squishy.
Sorry, what?
Squishy.
Oh, okay. For the non-gaming elite, please define you saying a female character is squishy. I swear to fuck if you edit this out. I made a bad comment.
If it's not just because she's a female character.
I'm laughing because he's getting so squirmy. He's like, oh shit.
I'm not saying she's squishy because she's a female character. Like, you can have male characters that are squishy as well. It just means they don't have a lot of HP and they don't have particularly high defense.
Oh.
So they're squishy. You can squish them quite easily.
Ah, okay. I would say squishable in that case.
No, squishy.
No, squishable means you can squish them.
It's
Squishy
like
means
if you have a I used to play a lot of Final Fantasy 14,
yeah.
and I really, really want to get back into playing Final Fantasy 14. But
Just a side note, how much does that cost a month again?
it's like $7.50 for the basic,
Mhm.
about £8-9 for the full.
What's the difference? It's
8 more character slots
Is it just character
per
slots?
world.
Per world.
Per world. So I can create 1 character per world. If I had the, full subscription, I could create 8 per world. That's it. And I don't see myself creating like
Tons and tons.
8 characters on 16 worlds. So
Nah, I think it one to be fair. No, just because one
so
war.
it's fine. Hold on.
Pause.
Yes.
All right.
Right. Sorry about that. We had a visitor there. We had to pause the recording there. But yeah, back to talking about being squishy. Like we played Final Fantasy, and we had a tank who actually lost more HP than the DPS guys did. So he was described as a squishy tank.
That sounds pointless.
Yeah, but it was just because they were under-geared. Like, they were using really low-level gear on a very high-level dungeon.
Okay. Got you.
So, like, I think they didn't really main tank. So, so it's kind of like that. Just not being able to sustain a lot of hits makes you squishy.
Got it. Is Teemo still the most annoying character out?
Teemo's OP for a small character.
Like, the amount of times that little fucker jumped out of a bush and taken me out is fucking hell.
Yep. Yeah, that's still Teemo. We were playing 3v3 Twisted Tree Line against the bots.
Yeah.
And Leona bot is OP as all hell.
Is that the one with the chakrams? No.
I believe so. I can't. I spent so much time dying to take notice.
I think Teemo and what's the big scorpion-looking motherfucker that grows as he eats you?
I don't know. I've only been playing a week.
Ah, right. You'll meet him eventually. He's a fucking.
They look kind of like a raptor.
No, he's got multiple legs. He's big and red, yellow eyes, mandibles, claws.
Doesn't ring a bell.
All right. Well, last time I checked, there was like 40 characters, and that was years ago.
Yeah, there's a lot more now.
Yeah, so you'll take a while to learn them all.
Yeah. There is one character that I've encountered a fair amount. He's a pretty powerful character, Aurelian Soul. Yeah. That is. You know what? I usually like when. The reason I encounter them a lot is because Josh, who done the first episode of the podcast with me, plays as Aurelian Soul.
Okay.
So, anytime I'm playing with him and he's taking Aurelian Soul, I just kind of scoot up whatever lane he's taking and just stand behind him and shoot all the minions.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
And then when I start falling behind by a level or two, I just like let him deal most of the damage and kill steal.
That's just classy.
No, we were having this conversation the other day. Like playing as Caitlyn is like the problem with that is like it automatically targets the next person once your target is dead, but as long as they're within range.
Yeah.
As long as they're within vision, and I was kill stealing a lot because I would just kind of click someone, like click one of the minions and just take out up your ton of minions.
As you're doing it, basically taking up the entire lane.
And then like kill steal the opposing champion because like Josh has got them down to like nae health and I've just like hit them once and
so he's basically sat there going, "You dirty bastard."
He doesn't seem to mind that much when it's me because I'm 9 times out of 10 I'm not doing it on purpose.
Alright, it's just automatically going at it.
It's just automatically switching target. So yeah. But no, I've actually been really quite enjoying playing League of Legends.
One of the funnest characters to use, literally just for the final one, is Ash. And if
I've
you
been playing Ash. I played Ash the other night, right? So we played tournament pick, like tournament draft, on Summoner's Rift 5v5, and everything was fine. And like before you pick your character, you declare what character you're going to go, and then you can ban characters from the game completely, so no one in either team can pick it, right?
Didn't know that. That's interesting.
I declared my intent to use Caitlyn, and then my team banned Caitlyn. So I had to use Ash, and I was shit.
It does amuse me, because if you end up firing an ice arrow up, you're blindly up a lane, and it takes someone out, the joy.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times.
It's randomly go.
What I done is right at the start of the round, I just used Hawkshot up the lane.
All right.
Blindly, and I ended up hitting someone at the other end of the lane. I was like,
you're such a geek. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, we've been here for nearly an hour.
Literally just bantering.
But we do have a kind of month's worth of news to get through.
Yeah, this is a lot of words to go through, I'm not gonna lie.
So how about we get through as many of these as we can? We'll probably end up just skipping a couple.
We always do anyway.
Yeah, and I think we'll just kind of run through the basics. We won't go into any major detail.
Generally, that's how we work things anyway.
Yeah, just making sure we're still on the same page after having a month off.
Bare minimum. That's our MO.
Not the bare minimum.
It's so bare minimum.
Just a little bit more than bare minimum.
Okay, just to clarify, we're looking at a document that's got 9,513 words, and swear to fuck, we're probably going to go for about half of it.
Yeah, that's not the bare minimum. The bare minimum would just be reading the headlines for each of them and then continuing on.
Yeah,
at least we got into a little bit of detail.
Well, you can't just say headline and be like, and this is the next headline. And this is the next headline. Yeah, but what about content? We're just saying headlines here at Gaming Can.
Yeah, well, that's what we do. That's what it's all about.
Okay.
In this age of instant gratification, you just need to know what's going on. You don't need to know anything important.
Instant gratification and squishy women. Right, Jack. Right.
Anyway. First up, right, we're going to start with some Fortnite news. What I've done this time is kind of similar to a format we had not the last time, but a few times ago, where just everything's in kind of a group together instead of being chronological order.
Yeah, so it's just batter on.
However, everything within that bit should be in chronological order. So. First up is Fortnite is ditching Android's Google Play Store and is going to release direct to players. Now, I mentioned this to a couple of people, and they asked me how can they do this, because most people who think about apps on Android just go Google Play Store.
Yeah, that's literally what I do.
But you can download a file called an APK.
Heard of it? Yeah.
That is the application. I think it's application package kernel is what it stands for.
Okay.
And it's just the app in a file, but it's what you would essentially download from the App Store, just not through the App Store.
Okay.
But this is allowing Google, for Epic Games to avoid the 30% cut that Google takes from app sales. Now, obviously, Fortnite's a free game, so they're not going to lose 30% of nothing. But for things like the V-Bucks and skins that you can, like skin packs, if you get at the moment, every season on PlayStation, they give you, I think it's a £3 worth of V-Bucks and a skin for $3.99.
All right.
So things like that, they take a cut off of it. Now, obviously, they've released to players through the iOS store on Apple and the Nintendo store on Switch, the PlayStation store and the Microsoft store on Xbox, PlayStation and Xbox respectively. But on On the PC, they've released it through the Epic Games launcher.
All right, yeah.
Which is so I actually have the Epic Game Launcher, but I just use it for running Unreal Engine. It's so good. I broke the world in Unreal Engine 4. I deleted the sun. I could not figure out how to fix it.
And people wonder why it's so dim.
Yes.
Oh.
But like Apple and your three major consoles,
yeah,
they force everything to go through their stores
to get some moolah.
No. It's just so they can control content.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's to make sure that everything's copyright is fine, and so that if things are being released, it's fine for that region.
Mm-hmm.
So, like some games you can release in Japan with a 12 rating, it would be an 18 over here and a 16 in America or something like that.
What are you trying to say about Japan?
Not a lot, actually. Just kind of cultures and sensibilities are different in various countries, so age ratings reflect that. So if something is seen as taboo in one country but is accepted as maybe not a cultural norm, but maybe a historical cultural norm, then it's less likely to be rated as high. Like age rating is less likely to be as high in said country. Or again, if something is seen as controversial in one country, it might get edited out of another country's version of the game. Like in Japan, in RPGs, often females will wear skimpier outfits in a Japanese version than they will in a Western version.
Mm-hmm.
So it's so that they can control, like the console, the consoles can keep tabs on all the content and make sure that if there's a Western version and Japanese version, then the Western version goes out in the West and the Japanese version goes out in Japan. You know, kind of things like that.
Yeah, I know we do it for all kinds of content. Like the most prominent one that comes to mind isn't even a game; it's actually a Pokemon TV show.
Yeah,
like some of the tweaks he made is like I think obviously in the original Pokemon, which comes from Japan, obviously. It's like one scene where Ash is chowing down and like was it like rice balls?
Yep.
Yeah. Whereas the American one they changed it to cheeseburger. You're just kinda like, the fuck?
I don't remember that, but I do remember one where he was chowing down on a rice ball.
Oh, maybe we got this wrong.
And a Mankey appeared.
Okay.
And they were running away from it. And he went to throw a Pokeball, but instead had the rice ball in his hand and shouted, "Go donut."
I'm just confused.
Yep. They called it a donut instead of a rice ball.
Well, if I went to Dunkin' Donuts and got that, I'd be a bit annoyed.
Yeah. So, yeah, also the first episode, Misty slaps Ash.
Mm-hmm.
That's cut out of the Western version completely.
I honestly think the original Eastern version would be so much cooler.
Yeah. So
aside from the fact it still doesn't fucking age.
So
it's got fucking younger.
Yeah. So like it's there are differences between. It's not just that. It's games as well. There was a game called Bravely Default.
Yeah, I heard of that one.
And in one of the parts of the game, one of the female characters has like kind of short skirt on, and in the Western version it's kind of like knee length, but in the kind of original Asian version it's a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
So there is like it's just things like that are generally different. So it's so they can control which version of the content is going out between which.
It is really just interesting to think someone has to sit and look through all this shit and think, right, now this doesn't seem very like American. No, this shit needs changed. What's wrong? He's eating a rice ball, but isn't he meant to be a Japanese character? I don't care. Yeah, American children are seeing this.
But so that's kind of why it goes through the stores for Apple and your three main consoles.
Mm-hmm.
But on PC, it's just another application on PC.
Yeah,
and on Android, it's meant to be a lot more open for apps to be downloaded that way.
Mm-hmm.
So That's what they're doing. It's also so that Epic Games can make sure that their people are downloading their game by going to Epic Games rather than going onto the App Store and finding a game called Fortnite, which isn't Fortnite. It's just some sort of scam or malware, or someone's taken the APK from Fortnite and then just routed the way the money goes just to their own account, and you get buggery all out of it, kind of thing.
Well, that's horrifying.
Yep. On the note of Fortnite, obviously we're still in the Fortnite section. Fortnite keyboard and mouse players on PS4 will be match made with keyboard and mouse players on PC.
Yeah, I remember we talked about this in the last
Now,
broadcast.
I don't think this is going to be straight up like forced to go that way.
I think it should, though.
I think it's just going to be if you play that way and you're more likely to be matched with them in an open lobby, or you can opt to that only, kind of anyone or mouse and keyboard. And if you're with anyone, then you're more likely to be paired with people who also use mouse and keyboard. But you might get a couple of controller players. However, mouse and keyboard, like the mouse and keyboard option, isn't on PC because it doesn't really, because you can seamlessly switch between what you're doing just by picking up the controller and going, or then putting it down and going mouse and keyboard. So it's kind of up to the player there to decide how they're playing. However, also PS4 Pro systems will soon see 4K support, 4K resolution for Fortnite, which will be really cool.
4K for a cartoon game. Awesome.
The thing I like about 4K, right, is like we don't see in 4K. However, like the difference between like was it 1080p is the highest that goes before 4K?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Right? The difference between 1080p and 4K is the colours still look a lot more vibrant. Now, in, say, something like Resident Evil, where it's all kind of grey and drab, or Silent Hill, where like it's mostly fog,
yeah,
that doesn't really matter.
No.
However, in a nice, colourful game like Fortnite, it kind of makes the game pop a bit more.
Like, I'll admit, right, even just a recent trip down Milton Keynes, a man's got like a smart TV.
Yeah. And
I think that's a 4K. And that's the first time I ever watched one. I just thought, it's a TV. Sat and watched it. It's really off-putting. Like, for instance, we sat watching like The Equalizer. Epic film, by the way. If you haven't seen it, fucking watch it. Also a sequel. But yeah, so I remember I watched it in my own home. It's a good movie. Didn't know anything different about it. Sitting watching it on like a smart TV with 4K. It's so off-putting. Like, shit looks like it's actually more forward in some scenes. And the background looks like a proper background.
Because the colours pop a lot more.
Yeah, it's just really off-putting because you're like, whoa, he's like actually well forward instead of just like in a flat screen. It's really off-putting. It's cool. I would wish I had my PS4 with me. That would have been epic. But aside from that, yeah, it's just off-putting.
The PS4 doesn't support 4K. It's the PS4 Pro that supports 4K.
Okay, so I should have brought my Pro.
So like, the ones that we have don't support it. The one that my sister's got and your brother's got, they support.
God damn, that's mental.
But no, I still think it's really cool that they're gaming is supporting 4K so well. Yeah. Because with some games, like I said, they're dark and dreary games. Like, not in gameplay wise, but just in the design of them. And they're made to be that way because they're horror games, be it like jump scare horror or psychological horror, or they're meant to have that kind of tone of being serious, like a serious moment, Yeah. And it will then get colourful later on, but at that time, everything's dark and dreary and everything's really, really bad and like the world's gone to crap and all that.
Like, imagine, for instance, like Breath of the Wild would be amazing in 4K.
I imagine it would be. I imagine just really any really colourful game will be fantastic in 4K because the colours will pop so much. Yeah. So the likes of Fortnite, Mario Kart, Zelda,
Doom maybe could be interesting as well. Yeah. Purely because some instances is very bright.
Yeah, Especially getting all the different reds to pop.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the world is kind of red.
I wonder
'cause
why.
it's Mars.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that would be really cool. Playing like the VR games
Oh god,
would
VR.
be really cool in 4K. Like Gran Turismo Sport. Like we were playing that earlier,
Oof.
and like, I mean, it's not like the greatest world design ever.
No, but damn, it's still pretty fun.
But it's really good world design, and like I played it on a controller,
Mm-hmm.
like sitting in front of a TV on a controller, and I didn't really enjoy it. But then when I put the VR headset on and went with my T80, I just absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
I might just try and play it in front of the telly with the T80 and see if that makes playing the game itself any better. We'll
Mhm.
see. But that is definitely, 4K is definitely going to be a big thing for gaming, especially your bright and colourful games.
Yeah, just the amount of pure advancements you're gonna get in the next 5 years is gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Are you into speedrunning, Mark?
I play games for story, not to run through the fucking story. This is like the antithesis of everything I look for in a game.
I quite enjoy watching speedrunning. I could not be a speedrunner. I cannot do the whole let's complete a game as fast as possible. But watching people attempt it is really, really cool. Just because it's not just about how fast you can do it. Like that's not why I watch it. But sometimes you can pick up tips and tricks that you wouldn't think of in a normal playthrough.
Never thought of it like that, actually.
So that's my segue into my speedrunning section.
Subtle.
So the Ocarina of Time speedrunner, an Ocarina of Time speedrunner, because he's not the only one, breaks the 4-hour barrier for a 100% run. Now, for anyone who doesn't know speedrunning, 100% run means you have to complete the game 100%. So all unlockables, all the story, all the side quests, everything must be done. You've also got for other speedrun, certain games,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have story percent, and I'll use Final Fantasy X for example. Story percent is just complete the story.
Yeah.
Nemesis percent is essentially your 100%. So you defeat Nemesis before the end of the game, right?
Okay.
But Nemesis is like the ultimate super boss. So you do that and then you complete the game. That is essentially your 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And then any percent is, again, just getting to the end of the story.
Yeah.
And any percent speedrun in other games, like in Zelda, is just getting to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Regardless of how much you've done. In the game, you can miss dungeons, you can miss weapons, items, quests. Just get to the end of the game as fast as possible.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people try to go for things like the 100% or the Nemesis percents, or whatever they call it in certain games. But it's just getting everything in the fastest time possible. So there was a few players doing this, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the milestone world record belongs to speedrunner at the time that I wrote this, because this was from the podcast 2 weeks ago that I recorded and didn't like how it sounded, so I got rid of it. So they got their name is ZFG111, and they finished the game in 3 hours 58 minutes and 45 seconds on August 1st. Sub 4 cool, he says nonchalantly, following the finishing cinematic, which according to the rules ends the speedrun time.
Alright.
So basically the first frame of the final blow cutscene of defeating Ganon. This record is the best in a 3-week span, where he and 5 other runners renewed the attack on the 100% 100% world record. Speedrun.com, the kind of main source for times and rules and all that. listed 1,600% runs in the 22 days before that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's currently the most fifth run game. So it's a kind of significant thing to get the world record on it.
Mm-hmm.
It's been more than 5 years since the first sub 5 hour run, which was 4 hours 57 minutes by SVA. But the ongoing question obviously is how low can you get the time?
How low can you go?
Yeah, pretty much. So we'll see what happens there, but in space of 2 months, they've essentially taken 12 minutes off the record time. So
That seems just mental. Like, how many times have you sat and played that fucking game then?
oh, I know, like that's how speedrunning works. You just play it and play it and play it and play it and play it until you figure out every single bit.
Nah.
Do it as fast as possible.
Pass, and fucking pass.
Now, an any percent speed run, the record was 1 hour 11 minutes and 48 seconds, less than 2 weeks after launch of Super Mario Odyssey. 9 months later, it's more than 10 minutes faster, and the speedrunning community there seems to be closing in on that 1 hour barrier. The current record is held by Lil Curbs 14, and they ran it in 1 hour 1 minute and 34 seconds. So it's still going down. Like, I've got like kind of notes here and like the records, and I got that wrong there. The current world record is held by Suisaiga, Suisaiga. I don't know if I'm pronounced that right, and it's 1 hour 1 minute for 34 seconds. So what did I say up there? 1:34. Oh no, I just misread the paragraph. It was the right time.
Smooth.
But no, I don't think it'll be too long before they figure out how to just shave off that 34 seconds somewhere, at least, and get it down to like an hour and a minute exact.
Fucking hell, man. Just seems like such a mental way to live your life. What have you done this week? I've played this one game 30 times. What?
I would do it. I would try it.
Of course you would, man.
I just don't. I would definitely try and speed run a long haul game though, something like Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, would that even be speedrun?
Well, currently, right. So the Nemesis percent speedrun, which is completing everything, getting all the weapons, beating all the optional bosses, exploring every area. The current speedrunning record is well into 30 hours because non-skippable cutscenes.
Oh, Jesus.
So yeah, it's not exactly going to be the easiest one, but I would definitely do a long Final Fantasy game. I could try and speedrun Final Fantasy 14.
So, what, you'd be out of like a year trying to do every little bit?
Yep, 100% speedrun of Final Fantasy 14 up to Stormblood. I'd have to decide what patch I would be going up to though, to be specific. But
Levi. Christ.
But the thing is, to do like for a proper speedrun, it is kind of a one session thing.
Ouch.
So it would be really difficult to do a speedrun of an MMO because A, there's so much to do,
Yeah.
and B, servers generally go down every 2, 3, 4 weeks for maintenance, and it would probably take about a month to do all of it. Because I'm talking main story, side quests, leveling up every class, both Disciple of War and Disciple of Magic for your combat classes, and Disciple of the Hand and Disciple of the Land for your kind of crafters and gatherers. So it's not just a case of get every combat class up to 70. You know, all the
70?
70, that's the level cap.
Fuck.
So doing all of them, getting all the side quests done, all the strong all the strongest weapons and things like that. Do all the raids, do all the trials, do all the savage raids and stuff like that. Oh, it would just be mental. I don't think I would be able to do it.
I don't think anyone
not
would
in
be.
one sitting.
I think anyone would be.
Like obviously, like you would be allowed to leave and come back for business.
Business.
Food, drink, toilet. That would be like it. You would be allowed to leave for that. But it would also count against your time.
Oh, because that's still be going. Like,
Exactly.
So basically, you need someone to have like no life and be up for wearing nappies and shit.
Yeah, probably.
That's just horrifying. That's a horrifying concept. Oh, bucket. A fucking bucket, he says.
Someone who cares about you enough to replace that bucket every now and again.
Mate, I don't think anyone cares about anyone enough to do that kind of shit.
Well, I don't think anyone cares enough about anyone to do that unless they have a medical reason to do that.
A bucket?
I don't know. Maybe can't install a downstairs toilet and they can't walk up the stairs? And you can't afford a stair lift? I don't know.
Damn. Son.
I'm sure there would be some confluence of circumstances that would cause a situation like that to occur. I don't even know if I used the word confluence right.
Probably not.
I thought you would know. It's kind of your area of expertise, is it not? Words.
I have no area of expertise.
Anyway, on to probably mine and Mark's most favouriteest bit of the news.
RPGs.
Yes. As we spoke about a while back, Chrono Trigger came out on Steam, and it was essentially a port of the iOS and Android version to Steam.
Yeah.
And fans weren't particularly happy because it just didn't run well, it wasn't optimized, and what they wanted was just kind of upscaled version of the NES graphics.
That'd be what you generally expect if you're getting a good port. Not a straight port.
Well, they have patched the game, fixed some bits, but you've even had modders stepping in to add some more polish and just get it to where it needs to be.
I think modders are like godsends when you see something shittly
Yeah.
managed.
Well,
especially like in Skyrim and
Fallout.
Yeah.
Just
something like shittly put, you're like, why?
See some of the mods that they do for things like Skyrim and Fallout, it's not even things like the content. Some of it's just the wee quality of life changes.
Adrian?
Just like lighting and like they don't physically change any of the graphics.
Yeah.
But they have they add a kind of filter to how the graphics are viewed.
Yeah.
And it just makes the colours pop a bit more and it makes it look really, really nice.
I think one of the coolest ones I heard of was for Fallout 4, and it was like a proper varied weather system.
Yeah.
Like you got actual storms rolling in.
Yeah.
Like it just sounds so ridiculously cool.
So, some of the mods like that, I think just the amount of dedication it takes to do that.
I know.
And
I mean, to my knowledge, you don't even get paid.
no, most modders don't.
Yeah.
Like, you've got two types of modders within Bethesda's modding community, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've got the modders who mod and put things onto the Steam Workshop or into, like on the PlayStation and Xbox, the mods section.
Uh-huh.
And then you've got the ones who mod and put the things on the Creation Club.
Oh, okay.
The Creation Club is paid mods.
I get you.
Now, the majority of the money from the paid mods on the Creation Club just actually go to the modders, and then some of it goes back to Bethesda. It's kind of like what we were talking about a couple of episodes ago regarding Epic.
Oh yeah,
the kind of 8812 thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, get you.
Yeah, they if you sell something on the Epic Store, they take 12%.
Yeah, purely just because they're making that much ridiculous amount of money.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like that. Like Bethesda will say they'll take, I think it's 20%. So, yeah, it kind of works the same way. And it just supports modders. It's good, but it's bad at the same time because not a lot, like, see, some of the really, really good mods are the ones that are put out for free for the love of the game.
Yeah.
And yeah, these modders need, financial support and stuff, but most of them get their financial support through Patreon, crowdfunding, things like that, rather than straight from Bethesda from selling their stuff. So it's different for everyone, but you actually find a lot of the mods that are the better ones are actually the free mods. So
yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah. But in early in April, Square Enix announced 3 patches, which then became 5, to address fan complaints, including a way to switch back to the original visual style of Chrono Trigger. It had originally received mixed reviews from 672 players, but that's been improved by 45 very positive recent reviews.
Is that really much of an improvement?
You'd be surprised at how much that can improve a game's rating on Steam.
Oh, fair enough.
Again, talking about Steam and RPGs, Fallout 76, the PC version won't be on Steam at launch. It might be on Steam eventually, but not at launch. At launch, you will have to download it from Bethesda.net or get a physical copy if you want it on PC. Don't get me wrong, other digital retailers might get it for people, but it's not at launch. We know that for sure. And it just means that Bethesda can offer support more easily to consumers, like the players.
Yeah.
If they're all going to the one place, because imagine, say, you release a game, right? Say you're Bethesda, you release it on Bethesda.net, you release it on Steam, release it on Good Old Games, release it through the Microsoft Store for Windows PCs, right? That's four places you're releasing it. Now, when a game doesn't work and you've bought it on Steam, what's the first thing you do?
No idea. Enlighten me.
Well, most people, first thing they do is go to the comment section, go, this game broke. I would rate 0 out of 5 if possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what they'll do. They won't go to Bethesda and go, guys, my game's broke, can you give us a hand? They'll just go straight to the comment section and rate it as low as possible, go, the game broke. Because they can't be bothered contacting support. Whereas if you buy it from Bethesda, through Bethesda's site, you can't go onto Steam and go, this game's broken 0 out of 5, blah, 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 blah. You go to Bethesda's website, and you can't, review the game on Bethesda's website, but you can contact support on Bethesda's website. So, obviously, you would then go, guys, game's broke. Help, yeah. Although, after release, after it's maybe probably about a year, I would say, is probably the earliest it would get released to digital platforms for sale. So yeah, the beta is only available if you've already pre-ordered the game.
Okay, right.
If you've bought it for PS4 or Xbox, you still need to put the code in on the Bethesda.net site.
Okay.
So yeah, but yeah, no, it's I'm still quite excited for that.
I'm still really ambivalent about it. I don't think it's going to be a bad game. I just don't think it's going to be for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah. By the way, the reason I'm saying it probably if it's going to come out on Steam, it'll be about a year. Fallout Shelter took about a year after release to be on Steam, and then a further year after that to come out on PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch.
Never realised it's 2 years. Jesus.
And also Bethesda games are still selling like mad on Steam just now.
Not surprised.
Because the mods, especially with you've got 2 big mods coming for Fallout New Vegas.
All right.
New California.
Yeah, I heard of that. Yeah.
And I can't remember what the other one was called, but that's made by another group who are doing a similar project. And by that I mean like a full new map mod.
All right.
Where it just uses the engine and the assets, but it changes everything else. Changes the quests, changes the map, changes the cities, changes everything. It's just using assets. So all new voice acting for new characters and things like that. I just cannot for the life of me remember what it's called.
Smooth man.
Yeah, no. Like for some reason in the back of my mind, I'm going like Fallout 76 is coming out, so they've called it New Virginia, but that's definitely not it.
Random as fuck.
So next up is a new TV series that's in the work at Fox, based on the game Vampire.
This sounds epic as fuck. If can I stick rigidly to the idea?
Yeah, like the problem with me for this is I can't really have much of an opinion on it.
Yeah.
Because I've not played Vampire yet.
Same, unfortunately.
Like it looks fantastic. I've seen reviews, I've seen live streams, I've seen like loads of promotional content from E3 last year, especially during Square Enix's E3, which I was paying a lot of attention to because there was going to be meant to be big announcements for KH3 and 7R. FF7R.
Oh, right, yeah.
As well as Stormblood, Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood being not too long released. They were going to give us a roadmap of what's coming up in the future.
Oh, right, okay.
During the live letter from the producer. So it was going to be Naoki Yoshida just kind of telling us where the game was going, because I was like playing it like solidly every day at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So because they are, well, Don't Nod created the game. They're the guys that created Life is Strange, and Square Enix published most of Don't Nod's games.
Mm-hmm.
So they were promoting the game as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just seeing the game was really cool. It looked fantastic. I got really excited to play it, and I never got around to buying it. Just because I never really had the money. So, and then when I had the money, I bought a Switch instead.
God, man, just fuck's sake.
I know.
I mean, from what I've heard, it does seem to be like a generally interesting premise.
Yeah. So that's in work at Fox. There is no current release date.
Basically, all we know is it's in the works. It's minimum.
Like, basically, as far as I'm aware at the moment, they're just kind of working on a script. They're not dealing with casting or finding directors or producers or anything. They're just working on kind of script, premise, that kind of stuff. And then they'll start kind of, once they've got far enough in that they feel they've got enough to go with, they'll start, getting in everybody else. So definitely keep an eye out for it. I can't tell you much more than that, except from it is being made by Fox 21, which is the studio behind series like Sons of Anarchy and Homeland. So Fox 21 generally make the kind of good stuff that you kind of see kind of after 10 o'clock at night. So
that is interesting. So it'll be random as hell.
Yeah.
Speaking of random,
I take it you're a fan of Walking Dead?
More of a Game of Thrones buff myself. Well, not say buff. No, this will be something my little brother's going to be very happy about.
Are you a fan of Tekken?
Tekken comes and goes for me. Still, a sheer idea of this, it just blows my mind this is happening.
Well, we are getting Season 2 DLC for Tekken 7, and they've announced 3 characters for it. First character that was announced was Anna Williams, who made their debut in the original Tekken.
Sounds about right, maybe. 1 or 2.
And was Kazuya Mishima's personal bodyguard and is the sister of Nina, the assassin. You've also got Lei, the cop, who uses essentially, I call it drunken boxing, but it's really called the 5 styles.
All right.
So you've got them, 2 classic characters.
And then what's this fucker?
And then, kind of like they did with the last DLC pack, they brought in a guest character. And this guest character is Negan from Walking Dead.
Oof.
Now, they showed, to announce Negan, they showed gameplay of Anna and Lei. And they just showed some kind of character art. I've not actually had a chance to see it yet. I didn't actually watch the stream or anything. So I don't know if it's from the comic books or the shows that they're basing them on, or if it's a mix of both, or what they're doing. But I do know that they are bringing out Negan. Like, the guest character last time, for anyone who doesn't know, was Geese Howard from Fatal Fury.
Yeah.
But they also did Noctis from FF15. I don't watch The Walking Dead, so all I recognise is the baseball bat, Lucille.
Judging from the promo art, it does look like we're taking more from the live action version. Whether or not we're actually going to try and get Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who plays Negan, to sit down and get motion captured is unsure so far.
That would be really... I think that would be really great dedication, though, if they did that. But no, I've not really watched The Walking Dead, but...
I mean, he definitely has a certain presence. If you get that guy trying against you...
Well, I've seen him on, like, the ads and stuff. Like, I've seen trailers for Walking Dead, because I watch Funny as Fox at night. So, like, it's like, 6 or 7 hours of, like, 2 episodes of American Dad, 2 episodes Family Guy, back to back from, like, midnight to 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So, like, they do have the ads, and... the guy that plays Trevor in Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto 5 is also...
Yeah, he's in Walking Dead.
So, yeah. I know, I recognise some of the characters, but I don't, I don't watch the show, so I don't actually know much about them. Like, I know Norman Reedus is in it.
Yeah, he's like second in command almost.
He's like the most popular character.
Haha, no, that's Rick. Rick's a badass. Unfortunately, he's leaving the next season, which is unfortunate.
So next up is, again, more fighting games.
Even bigger, what the fuck.
We're going to the opposite side of the fighting game spectrum.
Yeah,
from Tekken to Dead or Alive.
Yeah, this is when it gets weird.
So we've got 2 more fighters joining the roster for DOA 6. That is Hitomi and Lei Fang. Now, I should probably mention, I don't think we've spoke about the new characters for DOA 6 yet. Well, any of the characters for DOA 6 yet, but the other characters are Ryu Hayabusa, Kasumi, Hayate, Helena, Jean Lee, Zack, Diego, and Rig are all confirmed as the part of the roster.
Yeah.
We do have more characters to come, obviously. But it's going to be early 2019 on PS4, PC, Xbox One.
Yeah.
Now, they also have introduced a giant squid.
Because why the fuck not?
In the trailer, they've found themselves battling on a treasure-filled pirate ship guarded by an angry cephalopod, which I think is their take on the Kraken.
That's one take on it, at least. Yeah, I'll give you that.
Now, obviously, this is made by one of the greatest hack and slash makers ever, Koei Tecmo.
All right.
The guys behind the Warriors series.
Okay.
Dynasty Warriors, Samurai Warriors, Warriors Orochi, which I think is getting a new game coming soon as well. The Warriors Orochi series.
fucking hell, another one. Jesus.
Yep. So they also made the great Dark Souls-ish game, which is Neo, which has got a sequel coming as well.
Nah, I'll give you. It looks epic as hell.
So yeah, it's really cool. Team Ninja are also dialing down the over-sexualized character designs of the previous games and giving its cast some more sensible fighting gear to wear. Mark's looking at the trailer as we speak.
We're trying to find it.
Well, how about we find it afterwards?
Yeah, well, we're just talking about 1 hour thing now. Just because you're talking about how it's trying to dial back in the sexualization. One video is literally called Dead or Alive 6. Jiggle physics are back. So I'm not too sure how successful we're going to be on a...
Who made that video? Was it Tecmo Koei or Team Ninja?
It was Joel Shockers, whoever the hell that is.
It might just be clickbait.
100,000 views.
Probably clickbait.
Yeah, probably, but still, jiggle physics. You know you're going in the wrong route when you've even got a thing called jiggle physics.
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Yep, that's not the only name I've heard for it.
I don't want to know.
The other name I've heard for it is boob physics.
Boob physics, fucking hell.
Anyway, we're still in fighting games, but we're back to Bandai Namco.
Okay.
However, this time we're not talking Tekken.
Talking Tekken.
We're talking Soul Calibur 6.
Okay, bit more respectful.
Now, I'm actually going to start with the second story and then go back to the first.
Okay.
Soul Calibur 6 is going to introduce a couple of new characters when the series arrives in October.
Mm-hmm.
And as well, the leader of humanity is one of them. As well wields a weapon known as Palindrome, a device that lets him manifest weapons out of thin air and use vastly different fighting techniques. He appears to be one of the main antagonists, though Bandai Namco doesn't say much about the character. Lines like, "What a thrill to see a human on the brink of death," pretty much confirms that he's going to be the bad guy, though.
Little bit, yeah.
As well joins Gro as one of the new characters, as well as Geralt of Rivera, as well as Tira, who's going to be coming back from DW Soul Calibur 3. I think they made their debut, but the other characters that have been confirmed, thank you, are Taki, Talim, Ivy, Zalsalmul, Sophia, Mitsurugi, everyone's favourite weirdo Voldo.
Yep.
Song Mina, Astaroth, Nightmare, Zhanghua, and Kilik. So it's really, really cool. It's looking like it's going to be a fantastic roster. Only one character I think is missing at the moment though, and that's Cervantes, Ivy's dad.
Alright, okay.
I
remember playing, I think it was like original years and years ago. So it actually might be a series to get into.
Yeah. Oh, it's a fantastic series. I really, really like the Soul Calibur games. I really wish they did kind of something similar along the lines to what Nintendo done with Smash Ultimate though.
How do you mean?
Do a game which has every character that's ever been in it, guest or regular or one-offs.
That would be really difficult though, because that's a lot of licensing, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a fuck ton of licensing, man.
But it would be really cool to see Link versus Yoda.
That'd be so random. The two little green dudes going
Link
at it.
versus Spawn.
No, you're not thinking big enough.
Spawn versus Vader.
Exactly. That would be insanity. The Demon Soldier versus a fucked up Jedi. Oof.
So sticking with Soul Calibur 6, we mentioned Tira.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we get back onto Tira, Soul Calibur is going to they're both parts of the same story, okay? They're both part of the same article. So Soul Calibur 6 is going to let players once again create their own characters, and they can be used in this game's single player story campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Libra of Soul. Libra of Soul is one of two single player modes in Soul Calibur 6. Oh, sorry, story modes in Soul Calibur 6. The other, Chronicle of Souls, explores the timeline of the Soul Calibur series in a series of battles, conversations, and 2D art. In Libra of Souls, players create their own custom fighter and roam the world in a quest to stop a new evil mastermind and at work to gather Soul Edge shards. And you will also encounter custom characters from other players. You can create choose from one of 16 races.
Mm-hmm.
These races include humans, lizard people, automatons, mummies, and living skeletons. There are obviously more, but they haven't been listed. However, Tira is kind of controversial at the moment.
Oh.
Well, the game's not out yet. It doesn't get released for a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
October 19th, right?
Yeah.
Tira's confirmed as DLC. The game's not out yet. Like, don't get me wrong, right? With the kind of DLC, if it's going to be like day one DLC, which is going to be like exclusive if you buy it at a certain place.
Yeah.
It's not great, but it's better than going, oh, by the way, we've got DLC coming out in like 6 months' time. We've not released the game yet, but here we go. This is where you're going to get. You know, it depends on when the DLC is going to be released.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Is Tira going to be released to the general public in, like, say, 4 months? But, like, people who pre-order the game from Amazon get Tira for, like, as part of the game. Kind of like Akuma and Tekken 7.
Yeah.
Was a pre-order bonus that became available to everyone after X amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it depends on how they do this, right? Because if it is going to be straight day one DLC that is available to everyone on day one,
yeah,
that is just going to piss everybody off.
No need for it.
Like, just patch them into the game for free, right?
Mm.
Or put them in the bloody game. You know, but no, it's one of those things. The roster's not even complete yet. We don't even know everyone that's on it. So why are they announcing DLC already? Now, I like a wee nostalgia trip now and again.
Now and again.
Now and again. Like, I have Sonic and Tetris.
Your favourite games are your favourite games purely for the nostalgia trip.
I have Galaga, Pac-Man, and Dig Dug.
Fucking Galaga, man. You're not that old.
I've got Galaga on the PlayStation.
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Actually, I have somewhere a copy of Centipede for the Atari 2600. The Atari 2600 is older than me.
You're just an odd child.
I have an Atari 2600 somewhere. Can't find it, but I can find my copy of Centipede. Anyway.
Yeah, I wonder where it is, man.
Anyway, we've got a new Streets of Rage coming.
I tell you what, like, purely for your benefit, we'll keep talking.
Right.
But I'm just looking up the picture of an aged Axel because it is legitimately epic.
Yeah. So the new Streets of Rage is coming. The developers are working in partnership with Sega. So Sega's not developing it, but Sega will be they will be endorsing it as a legit game. But it's being made, developed and published by Dotemu. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's all bearded and shit now. It's fucking epic, man.
Dotemu and Lizard Cube is the publisher and developer.
Lizard Cube?
Lizard Cube.
Huh.
Also involved in the creation is Guard Crush Games, developer of Streets of Fury. So it's side-scrolling beat 'em up that was essentially, you know, a kind of spiritual successor on mobile. I think it was on mobile. Spiritual successor of Streets of Rage. It will feature series veterans Axel and Blaze, an entirely original arcade-style romp that will feature classic beat-em-up gameplay, new fighting mechanics, original story, according to the creators. The sequel to 1994's Streets of Rage 3 will boast hand-drawn visuals, and it will hit consoles and PC. Hand-drawn visuals from the team behind Wonder Boy, A Dragon's Trap, which hit consoles and PC in 2017. Streets of Rage was obviously started on on the Sega Genesis in 1991, and the reason Streets of Rage 4 was originally cancelled
Mm-hmm.
back in the 90s was because then president of Sega
Mm-hmm.
had never heard
Oh,
of
yeah.
Streets of Rage. The fact they went to him going, guys, the guys behind Streets of Rage went, yeah, we're currently working on Streets of Rage 4. They go, I've never heard of it. It's not a Sega property. It was, besides Sonic, their biggest franchise. And the fact it was the fourth one should have gave it away. But no, platforms and release date are not announced. But going off the way everything is going, it's going to be your three main consoles, PlayStation, Switch, Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
and PC. It might come out mobile. It might be iOS and Android as well. Some games. It depends on how big the game is.
Like it varies because it does say new fighting mechanics in that. Maybe that might be bigger.
Yeah, we don't know, but I can definitely say it's going to be your three consoles and PC.
Yeah.
It'll come out on. I definitely expect it to come out on Nintendo because Nintendo kind of are keeping Sega relevant.
It would be
with
pretty
having,
cool to sit and play it in the Switch, admittedly. Just a handheld, you're like...
because with Sonic and Mario at the Olympics and Sonic being in Smash,
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of keeping Sonic and Sega relevant. Where until Sonic Mania happened.
Yeah.
Then it was kind of on its own. It became popular again through that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I would definitely imagine it's going to be on a Nintendo console. It'll be. It won't even be the first time there's a full-on Sonic game on the console, because you had a couple of Sonic Party-ish games, and I think Sonic Colors as well, which was a kind of classic Sonic but from a behind view instead of side-scrolling.
That sounds really off-putting. I don't know if I'll be up for that.
On the Wii, so we'll see.
And it's weird, like, for as long as they've both been around, Mario's seems to be consistently popular.
Yeah.
Whereas Sonic's nosedived so many times.
The problem was, right, the transition from 2D to 3D.
Yeah, it kind of ruined the...
When Mario transitioned to 3D, because Mario didn't run pure fast.
Yeah, he was just sort of... Boom, boom.
Yeah, that was fine. But because it was all about going really, really fast with Sonic, you were pretty much just running a straight line into loop-to-loops and then just kind of lane riding.
Yeah.
So it didn't transfer well into the 3D era. And then you get games like Tempo Rush and Sonic Run and Mario Dash and stuff like that, which are pretty much
Wait, Mario Dash?
Yes.
A chubby plumber.
No. Sorry. No. Mario Run and Sonic Dash.
That's still silly. Fucking hell.
You also got a Top Gear one called Race the Stig.
Oh, fuck's sake.
You've got a Spider-Man one.
Oh, yeah, I played that one. That's a pain in the ass.
But you get loads of these games where it's essentially what Sonic was meant to be in 3D. And now working as a mobile game, because it's just flick left, flick right, up, down to jump or slide or whatever. And yeah, it now works because mobile games.
Yeah, because reasons.
But because then on mobile games it's flick left, you don't just a wee bit, you go all the way into one of because it's 3 lanes, rather than back then it was 3 lanes, but you couldn't just. It wasn't just flick left and go all the way to the left.
Yeah.
Into the next lane. It was just as far as you held it down. Or for how long you held it down. So that's also why it didn't really translate either. Anyway, that is it for fighting games. What? Next up, we're going to go on a wee bit of kind of behind the scenes, businessy things. First up, Monster Hunter World is no longer available in China. Governmental regulators have pulled the license for the game in China. Continued operation of the game is not guaranteed, players are still able to play for now. Tencent did offer refunds to those affected, and they had 30 days to claim their money back. It's still working for owner. It was still working for owners in China at time of writing, but it seems to be like generally when Tencent publishes a game in China, they take the game as it was built in America, UK, Europe, Japan, wherever it was built, and then just tweak the game so that it complies with, so it aligns with the socialist core values of China.
Yeah.
But we don't know what changes that means, especially with a game like PUBG, which Tencent's known for, and Monster Hunter World, which is just taking a sword to giant monsters. So we don't actually know what's changed or anything like that, but the license for it has been pulled.
It's just mental. I mean, China's just crazy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like Tencent are just like, they're just buying up everything right now though, because they own stakes. Well, they own Riot Games, who develop League of Legends. They have a stake in Activision Blizzard, Epic Games, makers of Fortnite, Supercell,
No idea.
Clash of Clans,
Oh God, right.
and the publisher Paradox. I don't know what they make.
No.
But they also own. Well, I don't think they know. They don't know. They don't think they fully own PUBG Core, but they own PUBG.
Okay.
Right. Now, we started talking about the lawsuit that PUBG Core set against Epic Games for copyright infringement.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got dropped, by the way. That got dropped back in June, and we totally forgot to mention it.
Yeah, I'm not really surprised, to be honest.
Now, we still don't know why it was dropped. There was a backroom settlement or anything, but I'd still stand by what I said was likely going to be happening. And that's Tencent stepping in and going, guys, we own stake. We own yous and we own stakes in you guys. Just deal with it. Get out of each other's faces kind of thing. But we don't know. Next up, EA executive Patrick Sutherland is leaving EA to go. Like they've not told us why he's leaving EA or anything like that. But me and Mark aren't particularly fond of Patrick Sutherland.
Well, admittedly, mainly it's like I have a face for my frustrations now. Well, at least the name.
Because he is the man who we mentioned many months ago. Had said that no one likes single player games anymore.
Dick.
No one buys single player games anymore.
Wrong.
We know plenty of people who still play single player games. I think we know more people that play multiplayer than single player, but we know enough people. Like if you take the demographic of our group, single player versus multiplayer, there's still enough to warrant there being a market for it.
Easily.
And if no one played single player games anymore, then why would DICE be making a single player campaign for the new Battlefield? Sorry, my voice was starting to go there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, so it makes no sense that they're saying, no one likes single player games, but yet they're still including single player modes in their games. Because when they don't include single player modes in their games, the fans kick up shit.
A little bit. Just, now and again.
They still believes that fans don't like single player games.
It just shows you execs don't know what we're talking about. They judge it in numbers, that's all.
Yeah. So, see who comes in after him. But yeah, hopefully someone who actually understands gamers.
Or even just a gamer.
Yeah. Publisher THQ Nordic has added Timesplitters to their roster. They've got the license for that. And it's Deep Silver bought THQ Nordic. So basically the guys who make Saints Row Agents of Mayhem, and various other fantastic games like Darksiders and Biomutant and Red Faction. They're going to be making a new Time Splitters. They did say a new Time Splitters is coming. So we'll see what happens. They also acquired the rights to Free Radical's Second Sight, which was meant to be kind of like a spiritual successor to Time Splitters after the original Time Splitters series got cancelled.
Clearly didn't go over very well.
No. But yeah, they're going to be making the fourth Time Splitters game. So yeah.
THQ Nordic's just kicking about all over the place now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck's sake.
So yeah, that's quite exciting, because I remember the original Time Splitters games, Time Splitters 2 particularly, being particularly fun. Like, I remember the demo. Like, it was like, I think it was the first level of the game.
Yeah.
You're in like a kind of warehouse kind of area, and it's all covered in snow. And once you get to the end of the level, it doesn't tell you that the game's over. It just transports you all the way back to the start of the level.
Fuck's sake.
And like, you know, I'm like young at this time. I don't understand like that I can be games can be programmed to just be on a loop.
Yeah.
So I'm just playing through this going, I feel like I've done this already. This is really boring now. You know, I feel like I've done this bit 7 or 8 times before I realised I've just played the one level about 7 or 8 times on a freaking loop.
Oofed.
So yeah.
And I think I vaguely remember playing it in Down the Bowling, actually, the second one. I think I had it in the machine.
No.
No?
That's Time Crisis.
Ah.
That's Time Crisis 2.
That explains so much. Very possible I've never played a Time Splitters in. I've just played Time Crisis.
Although,
oh,
talking about Time Crisis.
Yeah.
I say one day we go down, we take some cameras.
Mate.
We'll record us playing Time Crisis, right? We won't record the rest, just us playing Time Crisis, right? Loser buys the game of bowling.
There's certainly one idea. Like, give me like a month, right? Hopefully by then I'll be in the green. Fine, fucking bring it on, man. Bring it on.
You gotta shake my hand loud enough that's audible.
Well, you just made it weird. There.
I was actually more the slapping of the hands together part, really.
You just said, well, it's high five. You knob.
Shut up. Anyway. Recently, ESRB over in the States created a label for in-app purchases back in February.
Generally, it's needed when you think about it.
Yeah, but they kind of buggered it up, to be fair.
I can see that.
Because what the problem with in-app purchases, right, is things like microtransactions, buying premium currency, loot boxes, things like that. Things that are fine, things that should be considered fine, expansion packs, major content DLC.
Yeah.
Things like Witcher's Blood and the Wine expansion pass.
Everything that's a proper extension of the game as opposed to a just horrible cash grab like stupid outfits.
But it's just tarring everything with the same brush right now.
Which isn't smart.
So, but PEG have decided, for a while, we've noticed recently on things like the PlayStation Store, the Steam Store, things like that, includes in-app purchases very prominently displayed. But it was never on physical labeling. So if you bought like a disc, some companies put it on of their own free will. Yeah. But it wasn't a requirement.
Yeah.
So now it is a requirement, but they've just done the same.
Oh, they just said generally.
Everything. Just if you can download DLC, loot box, or like buy loot boxes, things like that. I mean, technically, every game has in-app purchases. Like, think about it this way, right? Galaga, that I mentioned earlier, right?
Yeah.
There's no in-app purchases there, but technically there is. Patches. See your free patches?
Yeah.
They're in-app purchases because you get them for owning the game. You don't pay any extra for it. It's still technically an in-app purchase.
No, I wouldn't count that at all. But like, obviously, if it's like game relevant DLC, that's when, like I said, you need to have a variation. For instance, like one of the worst things for me is like any JRPG, like a Persona series. I love Persona, fun as hell. But my god, the sheer amount of additional outfits they try to get you to buy, and you're like, right, you've got literally 20 outfits, and each one's like £2 or £3.
That's not as bad as DOA, like DOA 5.
Yeah, well, we know why they cost so much. But even then, like old Guitar Hero games as well, and the additional tracks.
Yeah,
each one's individual. You're like, really, fucking really.
Like the same with Rock Band as well. Like I was on the Microsoft Store when I had the 360.
Yeah,
and I was playing Guitar Hero, and I was like, I'll just buy some tracks. I ended up spending nearly £50.
Fucking hell.
And I got about 10 tracks.
Seriously.
I could have bought 10 albums on iTunes for that much money.
No, there's no one. Is there any wonder that there's not a proper game like that out anymore?
I know.
Purely because they're like, okay, no, we're just gonna milk people out of everything.
Yeah. That's just the way it is, though. However, countries like the Netherlands and Belgium have been taking steps in the right direction, and they have banned loot boxes altogether.
It was just a bit stupid.
Now, they will still, you can still open loot boxes and games in them, like FIFA Ultimate Team. However, if the only way to get around it now is fully disclosing the odds of what can be in the pack.
Yeah.
Now, that it's not perfect.
No.
Certainly a step in the right direction, I think. Like, because at least now you're not going to be buying random boxes. Like, because most things, right?
Yeah.
You get, like, I'll use Pokemon Go for example. You get loot boxes in Pokemon Go. However, when you click on
it, presents or
yeah.
Oh, okay,
no,
right, okay.
Well, the gifts you send,
gifts.
not them.
No?
In the store, you get, I think it's the
surprise boxes things.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I
However,
get it now.
if you click it before you buy it, it tells you exactly what's in it.
Yeah.
Because they kind of have to.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty sure that they did that. Like, they brought the boxes out before that requirement.
And it was just literally a surprise
And
what you get.
No, they still told you what was going to be in it.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's still a loot box. 'Cause
Yeah.
You're still buying a box of stuff.
Yeah.
But there's no randomness to it.
Which, to be fair, is good.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
So, you know, we are getting there. And with a game like Pokemon Go, right?
Mm-hmm.
I kind of imagine that you would need, you know, microtransactions in it, right? Because there's we're up to Gen 3?
Oh, God,
You start with, I think it's a maximum of 150 Pokemon.
And the original one, yeah. Gen 1.
Now, we're up to what? Gen
I don't even want to consider.
So
what
there's at least 300 Pokemon.
Nah, more. Sure. Well, no, because they seem to be cutting out like random Pokemon.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can still get them. Because you can trade with people.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
So if they, because I know we can't get Tauros over here, right?
Interesting.
It's an American exclusive.
Oh, I never thought of that.
So if we know someone who has been to America, or we have a friend who's living in America just now, and they come over,
Yeah.
we can trade with them. We don't need to like worry about traveling over there and all that. It's just you trade with them.
Yeah.
And it's fine. So yeah, if you can, like, because there's so many Pokemon, and you start with 150 slots, but then you're going to have to think about the fact that you can, if you have the Pokemon Go Plus, or like a Apple Watch, or like you can get kind of Pokemon Go Plus like things that go around your wrist.
Oh, is that like
They
the actual
collect every
Pokeball
Pokestop, and
yeah.
they'll catch as many, like they'll just throw Pokeballs at random Pokemon as you pass them until it catches it, right?
It's a bit worrying though.
Yeah. You
Fucking
can
hell.
fill that up really, really, really quickly.
Huh.
So, microtransactions for increasing the amount of space for hardcore players
Yeah, I know.
who, you've got like myself. I'm not a hardcore player, but I have 5 Zapdos.
Show off.
So I'm not trying to show off. I'm just saying, I have multiple of some Pokemon.
Yeah.
My sister, she's trying to get 2 of every Pokemon. 1 shiny, 1
Normal.
with a high CP and high IVs. IVs determine how strong like your Pokemon actually is, despite the CP.
Oh.
CP is combat points, right?
Yeah.
IV is things like how, like 100% IV means it's going to have fantastic defense, fantastic attack, and HP.
Huh.
And like the lower the IVs, the more one or all the stats are going to suffer.
Huh. They're not.
It just gives you a kind of rough guess the CP, and tells you how close it is to being worth evolving.
Ah, okay. Got you now.
So yeah. So doing, she collects both, one for battles and one for shinies. If she can get like one that covers both, she won't get a different one.
Mm-hmm.
She won't get a normal one if she can get a shiny one that's worth keeping in that respect. So yeah, that's what she's doing, but she still needs to buy the extra space. And if you live in rural areas, you often don't find Pokestops that easy.
Yeah, not at all.
So again, the boxes with the incense, Pokeballs, revives, berries, Stardust, incubators and stuff, make it easier for you to be able to catch Pokemon and play. And it has lure modules, so that when you go into like towns and you do find a Pokestop, you can put one on there and just kick about for a half hour and catch the Pokemon that spawn there.
But I have noticed they have started adding a few around Kirky, like a few additional ones.
Yeah,
like the marina now.
There's a new one in the marina.
Yeah.
And then St. Flannan's Church in Hillhead is now a gym instead of a Pokestop.
All right, decent.
So yeah, they are adding more throughout the place. I'm just waiting for them to put one right outside my house.
Oh, that'd be so good.
Just have a Pokestop called Gaming Kin Headquarters.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
And then just have it right outside the house. And I'll just.
How do you know you've made it?
How do you know? That's how you know you made it. Your house becomes a Pokestop.
Do you would be mental though if they made every high school and school gym? My God, that anarchy! Fucking anarchy.
Yeah, that would be mental. It would also be things like with raids and stuff. Like I would imagine, like, because we've got the raid group, so you would get the message going out saying 5-star at Lindsay Academy.
Ox.
Starts in 10 minutes, and then say that's about whatever time the school finishes now. I don't know. It was 3:30 when I went to school.
Yeah, I think it's generally about 3:30 now. Yeah.
And then you're just kind of standing up there at 3:30 just playing Pokemon Go, and everyone's just looking at you like, "What the fuck are these guys doing?" Yeah, I mean,
yeah. There's always downsides. I just meant I did with students.
And then you get
the
the school phoning the police going, "No, there's some weirdos right outside the gate." And then the police come up and go, "Oh, we're just playing Pokemon Go." Yeah, well, you're right outside our school, mate. It's like, but raids.
God. Oh, mate, really?
Yes,
I
really.
like how I'm determined. I just like the idea of anarchy with all the students playing. And you're all, no. We'll get police up because we're fucking weird outside of school.
Because they might think, yeah, I'm not even going to say it on stream, but
Jiggly female related, yeah.
they might get the wrong idea.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, next bit of news before I end up, I don't even know.
Putting yourself in more shit.
I'm not in any shit.
Jiggly.
Shut up. Squishy, not
Damn it.
jiggly.
Oh, it's the jiggly physics. That's what's getting weird at. Oh, jeez.
Time for my favourite part. No, I'm kidding. Time for a bit that I do occasionally end up getting excited about, though.
Oh.
Switch news. Because I want to Switch now.
Such poor timing with that joke.
Shut up.
Damn!
Smash Bros. Fan uncovers what Ultimate's mysterious mode is. Now, during the presentation, the Nintendo Direct for specifically Smash Ultimate, there were, a couple of modes that were not shown. Some were pixelated, some were just completely avoided, and one of them was pixelated out, and a Twitter user pieced together a pixelated portion of the menu screen, which game director Masahiro Sakurai said he can't talk about just yet. In both English and Japanese, the green menu portion of the screen appears to read spirits. Now, no one knows what it's going to be about, but from the trailer, you've seen Mega Man, Mario, and Sonic, I think.
Luigi.
Was it? No. There was 3 of them on the bridge, and it wasn't Luigi.
Oh, okay, no, wasn't sure.
Mega Man, Sonic, and I think it might have been Mega Man, Mario, and I think it might have been Sonic.
Okay.
All died on the bridge. No, Luigi was in a separate.
Yeah, he's in Castlevania.
Yeah, sliced out his body by Castlevania's version of death. Because Mega Man and Mario were murdered by Ridley in the advert in the trailer. So it was 2 different trailers. So it's probably going to be your single player game mode, like Adventure Mode or Subspace Emissary from the previous Smash games. So we'll see what happens with that. But Sakurai is keeping it under wraps just now, and he'll give us more information. Even though we know every character from the previous Smash games are going to be in it, we still don't even know the full roster.
Which is a bit mental considering it's already 30 odd.
Yeah. And we're what, 3-4 months away, December 7th release.
Fucking hell.
And not even that, full roster, plus at E3, I think 2 new characters got announced, Daisy and Ridley.
Yeah, hasn't Ridley been expected for ages as well?
Ridley's been asked for ages, but he's not been expected, because every time they ask for Ridley, Masahiro Sakurai is saying no, he's just too OP. We can't balance him enough, and so we're not going to do it. And now they've done it, which is fantastic. But we're well over 30 characters now, so we've still got more to come. I know one of the ones is Dark Samus.
Yeah, it was what the fuck is Dark Samus?
It's Zero Suit Samus, essentially, just evil. You've got King K. Rool from Donkey Kong,
or King Krill.
Who else? You've got Simon and Richter Belmont from Castlevania.
Chrom from Fire Emblem.
Yeah, are you reading it off of that, or
generally that's what I'd expect you to do? Fucking hell. You're such a fucking tit, man. I was struggling going through your memory banks. I'm like,
I was committing these from memory. I didn't even realise it was in my notes. That's shocking.
I'm just sitting enjoying it. Oh man, dedication. I like it.
Anyway,
but wasn't a few mentioned coming from Fire Emblem? I'm sure it was at least 2 or 3.
Yes.
Because there was a Chrom.
Lucinda.
Wasn't sure if she was definitely coming or not.
Yeah.
I know there was.
Because she's in previous games.
Alright, and fuck, what else was there?
Marth and Ike.
Ike, yeah, it was definitely. What was the first one you said?
Marth.
More.
Marth.
All right.
But I expect you'll probably get a couple more Xenoblade characters as well. Not Xenoblade. Yeah, Xenoblade.
I know literally none of them. So.
Yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles, because it's got a new game coming out soon, or has had a new game come out recently. I can't remember which. At least not off the top of my head. But because there was a new game for it, I expect there might be a couple new characters as well in there. You might, because you've not had Bandana Waddle Dee from Kirby yet, and he played a big part in Kirby Star Allies.
Okay.
So maybe you'll get him as well.
Actually, we're going to get Pokemon characters, yeah?
We're getting some new Pokemon characters. I expect, a lot of speculation has been going around saying that we'll be getting characters from the new Pokemon generation, Generation 9, which is Pokemon Switch, which isn't out yet. It's not out till next year. So,
What is that in full-on new Pokemon?
Full-on new Pokemon.
Oh, right.
Probably the starter Pokemon, the first, second, and third evolutions of the 3 different elements.
Oh, right.
So we'll see what happens with that, because we don't actually know yet. So
considering how the previous 3 were received, it's a bit.
Yeah. But
Mixed
Pokemon
reviews.
Trainer's definitely back
Yeah.
with a Squirtle, Ivysaur, Charizard.
Sweet.
Greninja's back.
Mm-hmm.
Lucario.
Mm-hmm.
Jigglypuff.
Really?
Jigglypuff was in it. Pichu. Pikachu.
Off. Pikachu get Pichu?
Yeah.
We do it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off, man.
They added him as a joke character in Melee,
Fucking hell.
but because he was in a previous game, he's back.
Do you reckon they'll be able to get Charizard to what's it?
Mega Evolution?
Mega Evolution, whatever you call it, yeah.
You
know the thing they ripped from Digimon?
Well,
Just to clarify.
I don't care.
You do a bit.
Nah, because Pokemon's still better than Digimon.
Oh, please.
Regardless.
Digimon makes more sense, and that's saying something.
Before I continue on, would you like to know the basis of Pokemon?
Go on,
Do you
man.
want to know how it started? The creator of Pokemon,
Mm-hmm.
and I cannot remember his name, got the nickname Mr. Bug because in Japan, when he was a kid, it was a big thing to go out bug catching and trade bugs with your friends.
Mm-hmm.
But as he grew older, the countryside was turned into cities and towns, and kids could no longer go on adventures and catch bugs
Mm-hmm.
and trade bugs. But then he saw the Game Boy and developed a game where you could essentially do that.
Yeah.
It's not the same as Digimon.
No, I actually...
Digimon was Pokemon looks really good, let's just copy that.
But we really didn't.
I think you find it did.
No.
Yeah, Pokemon was before Digimon.
Doesn't mean it was a copy. It was maybe the premise, i.e. kids with monsters, that's as far as it goes.
That's enough for a copyright claim, mate.
It's really not.
It is?
Okay. Right, do you really want to start this?
No. I actually kind of want to get this episode finished so I can have my dinner.
You haven't had dinner? You've had noodles?
That wasn't my dinner.
Fucking hell.
That was my snack between my lunch at 3 this afternoon. No. 1 this afternoon. And my dinner whenever we finish this episode.
Okay, fine.
And also, I have work at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Okay, fine. I'll patch for argument, which we should have eventually. Anyway, right, let's get it on. Let's get it finished, because I actually kind of want to go home. I'm tired as fuck.
So
fuck.
we'll know more characters
Yeah,
later on. Dark Souls is finally got an official release date for the Switch. Everything seems to be fixed. They're just polishing up things now
Mm-hmm.
and getting ready for marketing and release. And the game is now coming on October 19th, as well as the Solera Vestora amiibo
Mm-hmm.
will be released alongside that. So yeah, that'll be fantastic. The figure, obviously, as we said, will allow you to praise the sun with reckless abandon.
I'll do a line.
However, I do imagine that because it's being released before Smash, that it, like, because you can use amiibos in multiple games. It's not just locked to the one game.
Yeah.
Like, for example, you can use a Pac-Man amiibo in Mario Kart, and you can get, like, if you use a Mii driver,
Yeah.
you can have a kind of Pac-Man themed racing suit. The same with if you use a Mario one, it's a Mario themed racing suit and things like that.
That's pretty epic, actually.
So if you, like, it's not every amiibo works, but every Mario amiibo will unlock a Mario themed suit. Same with Luigi and all that, but some won't work. Like I'm trying to think. Isabelle from Animal Crossing doesn't work, I think.
Yeah, so all kind of programmed to have maybe some effect in one game, maybe.
Yeah.
At minimum, obviously.
But I imagine it will probably work in Smash.
Mm-hmm.
It will just allow you to praise the sun with reckless abandon mid game.
Wasn't the one that if you use it on Breath of the Wild, you get a full costume? No, it's a Breath of the Wild one and something else. Skyrim, yeah.
If you use a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild amiibo,
yeah,
it does any Breath of the Wild amiibo.
Oh, all right, okay.
As long as it's Link.
All right. Is there that many different versions of them in Breath of the Wild?
No, but there's a couple of different amiibos and different poses though.
Fair enough.
Because there's like the Archer one, there's the Swordsman one. You know, things like that. It's not, but if you use a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild amiibo with Link in Skyrim, a chest drops and you get the blue tunic that Zelda wears.
Yeah.
In the game.
No, don't you? I thought you got the sword as well.
You also get the Hyrulean shield and the Master Sword.
Sounds epic as fuck.
So yeah. That's also Dark Souls Remastered is already available on PS4, Windows, and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Just thought I'd fire that bit of information out there. Just give me a wee second. So, Pokemon Let's Go. A game I'm quite excited about.
Same, actually, I'm not going to lie.
Is drawing heavily from the early history of the franchise, including the anime. Ash and Gary are not going to be there, but Team Rocket are. Team Rocket were in the original game.
Yeah.
However, it wasn't Jesse, James, and Meowth.
I always did notice that. It's like they try to make it as much like franchise, but then like...
as close as possible without actually being the same.
Yeah, it's like we can't commit to it, but you get to adjust.
Yeah. I mean, you did have, in...
What sort of voice acting? What sort of like actual voice acting?
There should be voice acting. I think so.
No, like, just because you said that it's got the original free right, and obviously if they go blasting off again, we'll actually say, we go blasting off again. Or it'll be like random.
I don't actually know. It doesn't say here.
That'd be something interesting to find out though. That's one thing obviously you've never really had in a Pokemon game, is it?
Yeah. So, like you did have Team Rocket, and you just fought Giovanni. Like,
I remember he was such a badass when you first played it. Like, fuck.
Yeah, but he doesn't have the same popularity as Team Rocket. No,
it's because he's more sinister, whereas Team Rocket are like the most messed up villain trio.
Yeah, like I remember the theory that Giovanni was actually the good guy.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. I cannot remember the theory off the top of my head, but Giovanni is apparently the good guy according to this theory.
Well, it's a bad theory. Like, good God.
But last but not least, Pokemon Company have confirmed that Mega Evolution for each traditional starter Pokemon will appear, and that's pretty different from the original Pokemon Yellow, because Mega Evolution didn't exist then.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, that's a fair point. Actually, I didn't think of that. So it's just the original 150 odd then.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Well, 151.
Ooh, right, cool.
However, 151 only if you get Pokeball Plus.
Oh, really?
That's the only way to get Mew in Pokemon Let's Go.
Annoying enough that might be worth it.
Now,
we'll keep
you can transfer Pokemon from the game. From Pokemon Go to Pokemon Let's Go. And I think you can trade them back.
Okay.
Except Mew.
Oh, interesting.
Except for Mew. And I imagine we'll probably either get more games, Pokemon Let's Go, or patches or DLC.
Oh, like,
which,
just literally like Gen 2.
Gen 2, Gen 3.
Oh, that'd be well cool.
And
Wouldn't that be like a full new story though, logically? Like, I mean, it'd be a new map, wouldn't it?
yeah, because it would be every region.
Yeah, so it's not like...
Because Gen 1's Kanto.
Yeah.
Gen 2's Johto.
Mm-hmm.
Gen 3 was...
No idea. I'm just...
Sinnoh? No, Hoenn. Then it was Sinnoh. Then Unova. And then Kalos. And then I don't know what 7 and 8 are. Well, I think we're currently on Gen 7, aren't we? I don't know. I can't remember, like...
Dude, Clay, but that's genuinely impressive, so good for you.
I've not been keeping up with the anime. I got as far as like Black and White, which was in the Sinnoh region.
I can't watch that
No,
anime.
the Unova region. That one there. That I've got the poster on the wall. That's the Unova region, and that's as far as I got in the anime.
I can't stand
But
it.
I just remember the next one being called the Kalos region from the trailer for Pokemon X and Y.
I just can't. I like the game series, right? I just can't stand the anime because it just doesn't fucking age.
Yeah.
It's bullshit saying, oh yeah, all this shit takes place in 1 year. Fuck off.
Next up, new game for the Switch coming out, and it's kind of an oldie, but it's a goodie.
Yeah, I'll give you it's a goodie.
Deep Silver have decided that the best game to port to the Switch is Saints Row 3. Like, I would definitely go, like, I agree that I feel that Saints Row 3 is the best of the Saints Row games, and definitely agree it should be on the Switch if Deep Silver are going to start porting games to the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would have started with Saints Row 4 because it's the newest game.
I think logically what we're trying to do is right.
It's like turning around with Bethesda going, like, because they ported Skyrim to the Switch. Like going, yeah, we could have ported Skyrim, but we decided, nah, where's the fun in that? Porting a game that everybody wants to play. We're going to port Morrowind first. You know, it's like, you know, it's that kind of way.
That's so not the same argument.
Yes.
I don't think as many people want to play the fourth one as you think. For me, what I think we're doing is they're picking the one that's like the bridge between the two ideas. Like, because obviously when I first made Saints Row, it was nothing like it is now.
No, it was essentially a clone of GTA.
Yeah, it was like another version of GTA. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think Saints Row 2 kind of followed the same stem. Maybe they went further out in the cookiness factor, but it was still logically a GTA thing. Then obviously third one, that's when it starts going, do you want people like a cookie? Let's go with cookie.
Yeah. And then 4 just went off the rails.
Like straight up.
Yeah.
It's, you can look at that and think, wow, it's just so much like GTA. It's like, well, no, it's not.
Actually, it is. It's totally like GTA. If you play GTA on the PC with the Iron Man mod.
Well, who's the Iron Man mod? That's not an actual Iron Man mod, is it? Oh, that sounds so cool.
Well, it's an Avengers mod. So you've got one's Iron Man and one's Hulk. I don't know what the other one is. But your 3 characters are replaced by 3 Avengers. Hulk, Iron Man, and I think it might be Thor.
That sounds so fucking cool. Like, I don't much the idea of like flying around, just shooting missiles and shit.
Yep.
Or just Hulk just going. Roar.
But yeah, so yeah. So sad news came out about 3 weeks ago. Spyro's been delayed. We've already mentioned it, but yeah,
it's still annoying as shit.
It's now been moved back to the 13th of November this year.
You can just tell it's gonna get popped back again.
And maybe, possibly, but hopefully, just because they did say it just needs more love and care, which means it just needs more polish. I mean, if the full statement read, everyone here at Toys for Bob is so proud to be reigniting the original Spyro trilogy after all these years. We're deeply committed to getting these games right, so we've decided to move the release date of Spyro Reignited Trilogy to November 13th, 2018. I really hoped that you would be rescuing dragons and scorching Rhinox sooner, but the trilogy needs more love and care. In November, when you're exploring the Dragon Realms, Avalar, and the Forgotten Worlds, we know you'll agree the extra time was worth the wait.
Ah, damn it. Okay, fine. It gets till November. Oh, bastard.
If it gets November and
He pushes
it gets
back again.
delayed again, we'll know something's deeply wrong. But no, I seriously think it is just a case of it's done. It just needs polish and time just to clean up wee bits and pieces.
I mean, just judging from the gameplay trailers, like, I especially love it when they do side-by-side comparisons.
Yeah.
You're just like, wow. Like, fucking wow.
But yeah, I really think it is just getting the just getting it right.
I think basically what we're doing, or we're hoping to do, is exactly what No Man's Sky did. They want to release a fully done, fully polished game, whereas No Man's Sky are like, do you know what, it's done for release date, fucking like put it out there. Hopefully no one will say anything, you know.
we only missed out the biggest component of the game.
You know, our biggest selling point. It's like Spiral a dragon without him being a dragon.
Yeah.
Man.
Next up, we're on to some shooters. Me and Mark have been playing a little bit of Division. I would say recently, but we've not played for about a month or two now.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But we were playing Division together for a while. Shooters. Counter-Strike Global Offensive gets a free version for offline play, so if, like me, you have a kind of shitey laptop, or, like me, you're kind of crap at shooters,
Shocker.
but you kind of want to have a go of CSGO,
Yeah.
right? Well, Valve are now offering a free version, so you can get to grips with the game mechanics, just offline matches against bots, and see if you like it. So that you can, see if it will work on your lower end machines. The Valve has tweaked the UI to better support lower end machines. Scaleform interface is gone, and the legacy scale form UI command line is no longer supported. So they have made it more accessible to more people by making it run smoother on older machines.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is, am I any good at it? So yeah, the only difference, obviously, to play online, you will need to get the proper version, which is about £16, but is often in the Steam sales round about £5 to £7, quite fairly regularly, because it is one of their most popular games, and they do make a fair amount of money off of it with skin tradings and buying weapons and buying skins and stuff for weapons. So,
all right, yeah.
So yeah, it's there if you want to try it. Although I would probably just recommend playing League of Legends with myself.
Yeah, not a bad show.
Are you going to download League of Legends? See if it works and join us?
Yeah, I might give it a go again. See if it works on my laptop.
Nice. You'll have to join us on Discord for chat though.
Okay, I'll consider it.
Earth Defense Force 5 is coming out later this year. There's no official release date yet, but it was released last December in Japan. And Earth Defense Force is a fantastic game. It is just mental. You are just a wee tiny guy fighting ants that are about 7, 8, 9 times the size of you.
Fuck.
Yeah. Later on in the game, you get mechs that you can use to fight them, and then you can go back and then just annihilate them all. And yeah, it's a fun game. It's also really, really bad.
It just sounds really fucked up.
You know those games that are often described so bad it's good? It's also done with movies and books and things.
Sharknado.
Yes, so bad it's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's Earth Defense Force. That's the series. It's so bad it's good.
I've literally watched every Sharknado movie so far. It's mental.
But yeah, hopefully I'll be getting that when it comes out. Split screen local co-op play and cooperative play online with 4 players. So I imagine I know a few. I know a few people have been talking about getting it, so I imagine we'll be playing a wee bit of that now and again as well.
Could be an idea.
Battlefield 5 is delayed till November, which is kind of gutting, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy about the reason it's being delayed. Like, they are delaying it so that they can get the single player mode, Tides of War, so they can get that right, just give it some polish and things like that. I mean, it's got a Battle Royale mode, it's got its standard online multiplayer maps, and those apparently seem to be fine. It's just nice to see EA, the company that's all about making the most money by making you buy as many loot boxes as possible,
fucking hell,
spend time working on a single player campaign.
Which sounds epic.
Yeah.
In every sense of word, man.
So, yeah, hopefully that'll be nice and ready for us when the game launches. The game was originally meant to launch October 19th, but has now been pushed back to November. I can't find the date on the thing. I can't remember, but it's November. But then, to be fair, like, it does put them a wee bit behind, even though they were releasing a week later. Now they're releasing a month later. And that's because Black Ops 4 is coming out October 12th. Now, Black Ops 4 only has Battle Royale mode, zombies, and multiplayer maps.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. It doesn't have a single player campaign, is what I'm talking about. And Call of Duty Black Ops, the Black Ops games had the best solo campaigns out of all the Call of Duty games. I think, at least. So it's kind of gotten to see that Black Ops 4 is not getting that single player campaign. I mean, if you took like Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare or something, or made a new IP, like a new Call of Duty series, not a new IP, but a new Call of Duty series, and then gave it just online content, that would be fine. But because Black Ops had the best campaign modes, I think should have been a campaign mode in there. But
no, I think if we're gonna do it, we should just made a single player, single/team player zombie mode. But it's literally just a full game. Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with that. Hopefully it'll be fantastic. I think maybe we might do a bit of live streaming with that if we get it.
Could be an idea, yeah. Could be.
Next up, now I like playing mobile games now and again. I have a few on my phone. Play them on my lunch break at work, especially Pokemon Go.
Jeez.
Nintendo is going to launch its first original mobile game. It's a brand new IP. It's called Dragalia Lost. It comes out September 27th. I've watched the trailer for it. It looks fantastic. I want it. My only problem is it's a free-to-start game.
A what?
Free to start.
Ah, right, okay.
Now, this does not mean like Candy Crush, where you're going to hit a paywall and you're going to need to start buying microtransactions to get through the game. No. It's like Chapter 1 is free to play, and then you have to buy the chapters after that. But it looks like the chapters are pretty substantial.
No, I don't know. I probably wouldn't play it. Even if it looks amazing, I'm not forgetting locked
and by
into
the
a thing.
By the time you've bought all the chapters, I imagine it's going to come to the cost of a full game, and it's going to be about the length of a full game.
On a phone, though? Fucking hell.
Well, Square Enix done it with Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition. Sure, it turned out absolute trash, but it was the full Final Fantasy 15 experience on a smartphone. And besides, like, I showed this to my brother, and you know, he turned around and me went, "So you're going to get it on your iPhone?" I was like, "Hell no," because I've got like a 16 gig iPhone.
Yeah.
What I would do though is buy, like, if I upgraded to like a 152, no, whatever is 128. That's it. A 128. Then maybe, you know, but not on a 16 gig iPhone. Maybe get a iPad and play it on that or something, but
yeah, that was an opportunity.
Or see if I get lucky and they just go, oh, by the way, it's also out on Switch. That would be fantastic.
God, you jumped ship so quickly.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a development partnership with Cygames, Kai Games, CY Games. Come on, tell me you remember this.
Cygames. Let's go Cygames.
Yes, but you remember I was tripping over it every time.
Yeah, that's funny. But it's too late, so I'm just gonna say it's Cygames. Go with Cygames.
Who make Grand Blue Fantasy and Rage of Bahamut. So, Bahamut. So yeah, that's coming for Android and iOS devices. It's it lets players join up with friends to come together as one, transform into dragons to wield their power and save the realm.
So that sounds to me like you're gonna get a group of 4 people who turn into one dragon.
No.
Like,
You turn into separate dragons.
You take an arm. I'll take an arm.
It turning into dragons, not Mighty Morphin fucking power dragons.
That is such a fucked up thing. We forgot the head. Shit.
Oh,
just a dead dragon on the ground.
Talking about Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Oh god.
Did you know that was 25 years ago, a couple of days ago, that first aired on telly?
Do you know why I know about that already? Because I seen your mum posting it to you.
I'm older than the Power Rangers.
Fuck, man. Did you know that apparently there's a comic book going for original Power Rangers, right? And they've swapped colours.
I didn't know that, no.
So now you've got Jason, who's now yellow. You've got Trini, who's now red. You've got Kimberly, who's now blue. Wait, have I got it wrong? Oh, Zach, who's now pink. And Billy, who's now black.
What about white?
Oh, he's not. I think he's still the other ranger. Yeah, so it sucks to be name. I want to see Jason. That's not Jason. What the fuck was his name again? White Ranger. What's his name again? Fuck.
Kind of mind. I was never that big a Power Rangers fan.
Oof. Don't know what you're missing, man.
I was too busy watching Saved by the Bell.
That was so good.
Yeah.
Oh, Zach, he's the fun.
Continue on.
Yeah, continue.
Continue on while you try to figure this out.
I'm literally just gonna start like blurt out going.
Capcom is bringing the original Onimusha Warlords to Nintendo Switch, PS4, Xbox One, and PC next year. This was announced a few days ago. The re-release was due January 15th, 2019. It is due January 15th, 2019. Will include high-def graphics, widescreen support, new control scheme designed for analog sticks, soundtrack, and a readily available easy mode option.
Fucking Tommy.
Fucking Tommy. Fans who like old school will have the option to control the game the way it was originally designed, and that fixed camera angles will remain intact. The game's camera will also pan across scenes in widescreen mode. It will be about £20. Capcom will also release the game physically for PS4 and Xbox One, and it also it was just a fantastic game. It was originally developed as a spin-off for Resident Evil, as was DMC.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it generated sequels and spin-offs such as Onimusha Blades and strategy RPG Onimusha Tactics. So yeah, I'm quite excited for this. It was a really, really good game back in the day. I'm really excited to see if playing with the old style controls is still as I remember. Because I remember playing Silent Hill, right? Like years ago. And the controls they just felt so janky when I played it on the PS4.
That's what I'm saying.
With the original, because I actually got the original PS1 disc and played it. Like, I'm not talking about getting like a remaster or anything.
Yeah.
I played the original and it just felt so fucking janky.
There's a reason why you're not meant to go home again.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Especially if your favourite TV shows and movies when you're younger.
Yeah.
Because then you sit and watch them again, you're like...
No, actually, I can still pretty much sit through Pokemon at school.
Ugh.
I mean, I have a nephew now, so like I'm gonna have to watch Pokemon with him because it's actually his favourite show right now.
That's when he came into good one, like Digimon.
I'm getting him into the good one.
No. We can't get into this.
Bandai Namco has announced Bless Unleashed, a free-to-play MMO for Xbox One that will be the publisher's first MMO for a console.
Sounds like a horrible name for an MMO.
It's billed as an untamed world with rich backstory created with hardcore MMO gamers in mind, which is kind of worrying considering they haven't made an MMO for consoles before.
Yeah.
It's going to have 5 classes, combat that will involve combo-driven mechanisms, co-op and competitive PvP. Playable characters will interact with deities and mythical beasts on their adventures, and I mean, it sounds good on paper.
The combo-driven mechanisms, I'm a bit ambivalent about.
I think it sounds good on paper, but we shall have to see.
To be fair, it sounds like every MMO, aside from the deities and mythical beasts, malarkey.
I still think every MMO sounds good on paper until you start playing it, and then it's just a massive time sink. One that I need to get back into.
Jesus.
Sony has unveiled 4 new colour schemes for the PS4 controller. Now, this is not including the transparent blue one for the current limited edition console, which will be on sale next month in the US and Canada, and maybe brought over to Europe and Japan later on. The colour schemes are berry blue, which is kind of light blue and dark purple.
That's iffy.
Sunset orange,
which I swear to God should be copper,
is bright orange.
It's so not.
Blue camouflage is a blue back with a kind of
camouflage pattern.
Urban camel pattern in the top. And copper is dark blue bottom and buttons and a copper coloured top.
I'm sure you're showing me a little amount of sync, Glenn. Because then you show me sunset orange, it looked copper, and then you show me copper, it looked sunset orange.
Right, do you remember the original order I showed you them in?
Yeah.
Berry blue, then sunset orange, which is the all orange one.
Yeah, that's not what you show me.
No, it's because I clicked the right button.
Yeah, but that's not the order though. The second one looked copper.
And then when I got to the last one, which was the orange and blue one, which is copper, it took me right back to berry blue.
Yeah, I still say it.
And then I went, I want one of these two, and then clicked between copper and berry blue, which are the two you seen, which are the 2 multicoloured ones.
Yeah, in that case, I know I want sunset orange, if anything.
Yeah, I want copper or berry blue.
Berry blue.
Berry blue.
No.
But yeah, they're not going to have anything new. They're not going to
do anything special.
They just look really, really cool.
And it'll probably cost you £50.
Copper will launch as a GameStop exclusive in the US before becoming available at other retailers, so I don't even know if we're getting them over here. That's the problem. But I know if you buy them online, they should you should be able to get them over here. If you buy them online, get it imported. But it will drive up the price a bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But they're going to cost about £50. Oh, they currently cost about £45 for a standard one.
Mm.
So you're looking upwards of £50, maybe up to 60-70 quid.
Just clarify again. Describe to me the copper colour scheme.
It's orange in the top,
Uh-huh.
with the dark blue buttons and the dark blue bottom half.
Yeah, and there was out of sync. Even says there, mate. Third paragraph.
Oh.
Yeah. See, because then it tells you in the 5th paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, you're wanting sunset orange.
Right.
I'm wanting copper.
Ah, fair enough. That was just the order they
Nah,
showed them
that's what I'm
on
saying.
Polygon. Yeah.
It was just it was stupid. But yeah, Copper looks amazing.
Um.
Oh, and also it says a price.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I did say upwards of £50. That's roughly about $64.
It's painful. Just painful.
So a game coming out. Was meant to come out this year, has been delayed to 2019, and it's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and it is the next game from Koji Igarashi, who is a developer of the Castlevania series. This is the spiritual successor, and has been delayed due to an update to the Kickstarter's campaign in order to raise quality level, citing feedback from a demo played by the backers. He also announced that the PlayStation Vita version is no longer in the works. This is due to Sony's decision to discontinue the Vita. So that's kind of not his fault. It's just the way it goes.
Do you reckon they're going to bring it another handheld, or do you reckon they're just going to give up on it?
Well, the rumours that I've been hearing make it sound like they're going to go down the route of the Switch. But actually powerful enough to run AAA games flawlessly. Like, the power of a home console.
In a handheld?
In a handheld. That's the rumours I've been hearing. I don't believe a word of it.
No, I mean, because Vita couldn't handle the game transition.
No. But we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. But yeah, so it's looking like it's going to be kind of March. That could be coming out. The original estimated release was March 2017. But it is going. It's still in production.
Mm-hmm.
It's in development for Linux, Mac, Switch, PS4, Windows, and Xbox One.
Not bad.
So it is on the way, and it seems to be coming out on everything except for mobiles. So next upcoming game we're going to talk about is Shenmue 3. The Shenmue 1 and 2 remaster is already out, and it is, it's actually going really well. It's selling pretty well. People seem to be enjoying it. We've now got an official release date, which is August 27th, 2019.
Jesus, that's
So,
very exact.
A year away. And it's more than 2 years after. Well, we're 2 years after now, so it's going to be 3 years late.
Yeah.
Of when Yu Suzuki expected to launch the game, but it's going. It was it started as a Kickstarter project, and Deep Silver dropped a trailer and a release date at Gamescom 2018, which finished about 4 days ago, I think. So yeah, it's coming PS4 and PC. There's no word of it being on Xbox or Switch. So there we go.
Just goes to show that games that automatically go everywhere, I guess.
Yeah. Bandai Namco has picked up the next project from Supermassive Games, who are known for the PS4 horror adventure game Until Dawn, called the Dark Pictures Anthology, a series that will include a number of individual games, each with a shared goal in mind. Scare the hell out of players.
It's going to do that so fucking well. I'm not even going to pretend it's not.
So the first one, the first game, which comes out next year on PS4, PC, Xbox One, is called Man of Medan. Players switch between a cast of 4 American tourists in what sounds like a deadly Gilligan's Island-esque experience. Their summer cruise turns into a fight for survival aboard a haunted World War II era ship. It bears all the hallmarks of Supermassive's previous games. Choices, pathways, endings, all 4 characters' lives are at stake, according to Supermassive Games. We suggest you go to YouTube and catch the trailer.
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely go and check that out.
Yeah, because we've not even checked it yet. But we recommend that you guys listening go check the trailer and see what you think. I'm a big fan of the Grand Tour.
Yeah, you're a big car geek.
I'm not a big car geek.
You're so big car geek.
I'm really, really not.
We're sitting playing Gran Turismo and you basically pure racked up, pure spiel about all the different car things and what you're good at, and was it super softs or superior tires and shit? You fuck's sake.
I'm not a car geek. I just play a lot of racing games. And I don't play them well.
Sorry, what is it? Just to clarify how big a car geek you are, what is it you told your work about getting Sundays off?
I wanted to watch F1.
Uh-huh. Car geek.
Yeah.
Giving it money.
Who doesn't love a bit of F1?
That's a hand up, just to clarify.
I mean, don't get me wrong, right? I'm not a pure motorsports geek, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch BTCC. I don't watch Formula E or Formula 2 or GP2 or Indy. I really can't do NASCAR. That
sounds awesome.
That's just
the
stock
amount of
cars.
crashes.
The amount of crashes. You get better crashes in F1.
No, we get better but infrequent crashes. You watch NASCAR, you're almost guaranteed someone's going to fly.
Yeah, but when it happens in F1, it's much more exciting. Marcus Ericsson's crash on the weekend.
Okay,
yesterday.
That
which
wasn't
we mentioned at the top of the
That
episode.
wasn't exciting. That was worrying. You're thinking, oh my god, it may actually die.
Fernando Alonso, Hulkenberg crashing into the back of Fernando Alonso at Spa.
Like, that's just stupid.
But wait, I didn't show you it yet. No,
You didn't show me, but you explained it in enough detail. I'm like, he's a tit, an utter tit.
Anyway, the Grand Tour is going to get a game that's going to be delivered episodically alongside the Series 3 of the show, and that's going to be given to us by Amazon Game Studios. You're going to have power-ups, so it's going to be kind of like Mario Kart. Especially with one of the power-ups being very Jeremy Clarkson-esque.
Oh, really?
More horsepowers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So we don't know when that's going to come out, but it's going to be on PS4 and Xbox One. But we don't know when that's going to be because Series 3 of the Grand Tour does not have an official premiere date yet. So we'll see what happens with that. And last but not least is Ubisoft. After Assassin's Creed Odyssey, they're going to be taking a break from doing yearly games.
I'm not surprised.
At least with the Assassin's Creed Odyssey. That's coming out October 5th.
When you think about it, right, a lot of our games have been like massive hits and then massive misses.
Yeah. Well, here, like, Ubisoft released a new entry in the Assassin's Creed franchise every year between 2009 and 2015. They took a year off in 2016 because oversaturation, the fact that Unity launched as a bug-plagued mess, and like franchise fatigue. Just simple as that.
Well, that's what happens when you just racket the market.
It doesn't, like, franchise fatigue is something that like doesn't happen with every yearly franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty doesn't really suffer from that.
That's because it's vastly different each time, though.
Because you've got Treyarch that do Black Ops.
Oh, yeah.
Activision do the Warfare series, and then every third year, it's just a random Call of Duty game that's made by Infinity Ward or something.
Huh, I never thought of that. So it's different developers each time.
Well, the two main series, right?
Yeah.
So it's Activision that do like Modern Warfare, Advanced Warfare, Infinite Warfare.
Mm-hmm.
And your Black Ops series is done by Treyarch.
Yeah.
And then I think it's Infinity Ward that does the other one. And that's been your like Ghosts, World War 2, and various other ones.
Yeah.
You know? So there is still franchise fatigue because people go, oh, it's another Call of Duty game. But then people who actually enjoy Call of Duty games go, oh yeah, but it's, these are the great things about this one over the other series, and like this developer does this thing better than this developer, but at the same time the first developer don't do XYZ as well as the second developer, and blah 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 blah. Because there's so many differences because of the different styles that the different development studios go for.
Yeah.
There's
different
less
fans around each different type. But unfortunately, obviously, if Creed's been doing it so long,
that is just straight up franchise fatigue, and
Christ, it must be pure torture for the developers as well.
Yeah, because they work so hard on the games.
Yeah.
And no one, when you get franchise fatigue, it doesn't matter how good a game is. It's just the thought of that series just makes you go, nah, I'm just going to go over here for a while.
I mean, admittedly, right?
And then you're going to look at the RPG section and buy Final Fantasy.
Oh, fuck off. Like, even we said, the idea of Odyssey just
looks fantastic.
I'm just like, wow.
It's the first Assassin's Creed game that I've actually considered buying.
Like, not even, I don't know, it's like weird. No,
well, I say that.
No.
It's the second one I've considered buying.
It's the one set in London.
Syndicate.
Oh, okay, yeah. Type of reception. Okay. Well, I thought that would sound really cool. Plus, this fact it's in the closest we're ever going to get to being in a game. Oh, fuck, man.
But yeah, so there is a rumoured Atlantis-themed expansion in the works for that as well. I don't know, we'll see what happens there. But
that could be really mental.
But yeah, I don't know, it could be good, it could be bad. We don't know, because we've not played it. But it does seem to be like I kind of enjoyed Black Flag once I got someone else to play the game for me until I can just, steer ships and fight the British Navy and the Spanish Armada.
Oh, you wimpy ass motherfucker.
Nobody expects the Spanish Armada.
Oh, so close. No cigar.
Shut up. I'm not good with quotes if it's not from a video game.
No one suspects Spanish Inquisition.
Yes, I know. Shut up. Shut up.
Just a longer silence goes.
Shut up.
Oh, man.
Don't mock me. Like I said, I'm not good with quotes that aren't from video games.
Well, and the fact that it's very late and we've been doing this for 3 hours. Just to clarify, if you've gotten this far in the podcast, you do deserve a cookie followed by some tequila.
Nah, no tequila. I'll give you some Scotch whiskey though. A nice single malt. It's the best thing. It helps you sleep. My
Whatever
voice
you
helps
say,
you sleep.
Grandad. Whatever you say, Grandad.
I've had that nickname for a wee while now from playing GTA with folk, because that's my gaming sweetie of choice at the moment. That's my gaming snack.
Yeah, it goes with a grey streak in your hair.
I don't have grey hair.
I really hope eventually you just go upstairs and be like, duh, fuck. Oh, man.
For anyone who's wondering, my gaming snack of choice at the moment is a bag of Werther's Original.
Did you get any more painfully British?
No. I hope not.
Scotch. World's Originals. Like, swear to God, if you start smoking a pipe.
I debated it. No, I'm kidding.
Actually, if you shave off a mustache,
you should
and the
not
soul
imagine
patch,
me smoking a pipe. I would look daft.
No, you look like you look like Abe Lincoln. 7 years ago. I remember him Scottish.
I can never tell a lie.
That was so English.
That was my attempt at American accent.
Oh, man.
Anyway,
you tried.
But yeah, no. It's fighting the British Navy, fighting the Spanish Armada. That was fun. I didn't really enjoy the kind of Assassin's Creed standard gameplay bits of the game, but this actually looks really fun. It looks really exciting. It looks really nice as well, which is always a bonus.
We love a pretty game. End of.
Well, it does. I mean, I still love playing the old Final Fantasy games on the Game Boy Advance and stuff. So it doesn't need to be the best looking game in the world because it didn't look that great. It was just really fun to play. But no, a really really pretty game is always a bonus.
Yeah.
Like Mass Effect, the third one.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just like I really like the worlds are really well made and they look pretty and yeah, it's fun. It's a great game. So the fact the world is built really nicely is a bonus.
Indeed.
Anyway, that is now midnight.
Yeah, straight up. This is the end.
Yeah. So that has been us for Gaming Kin. As always, I have been your host Jack, and with me has been your host Mark.
Hi and bye.
Remember, there's always room for you here at Gaming Kin. If you wish to be our friend. I've lost my mouse. Stay safe out there.
Later.
Stuck in the friend zone, I'm going home alone. You went home with another guy. Why do I even try? I think I'm out of luck. I'm just gonna give up. Take my ball and go home, 'cause I wanna be alone. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'm leaving, 'cause this is not my place. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'm leaving, 'cause I wanna be like feel invisible when I say something to you, but you live straight through me. But there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but not for me. Take my ball and go home, 'cause I wanna be alone. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'm leaving, 'cause this is not my place. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'm leaving, 'cause I wanna be alone. I'm leaving, and I'm never coming back. I'm leaving, 'cause this is not my place. I'm taking my ball and going home. I'm leaving, 'cause I wanna be alone, 'cause this is not my place, 'cause this is not my place.
Nothing happening. Some shape is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from the mirror and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Lord, they're turning into flames. The whole field's caught up by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks, tanks of the automobiles spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards.